What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. We are back with the full cast. To my right over here, we have Rickley.
Hey, how you doing, Dumbfounded?
How are you?
I'm good, man.
Looking like a lava lamp.
You look like 100
LA to VA, a lava lamp, if you will. All right. And then we have...
Wow. That was a bar.
That was really good.
Nah.
You're an asshole.
What was it in real time?
He had a song called Lava. That was LA to VA. I just threw it in with the lava lamp.
Okay,
You were on the song, too.
Yeah, I was on the song.
You were the LA.
I almost
Yeah.
didn't want to reveal that. I was like, I'll leave it. I'll leave
And
you
then
guys
after
impressed.
we released it, we realized it's a city to a state. We're like, it doesn't work.
That's a good point. Well, no, it still works.
Yeah, you remember?
Because no one knows any Virginian cities. Okay, to my left here, we also have Rekstizzy.
Hello, how you doing?
Did you just croak?
Yeah, the frog noise.
That was a frog noise.
Yeah.
Let's check in. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. I'm very jovial today. I don't know why. I just have a burst of energy.
Jovial.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Got a little pep in my step, you
It's
know?
called cocaine.
The Asian juvenile.
Is that what it is?
Jovial.
Yo.
Yo, can a friend be full
You want
of
to go
joy
smoke
and
a G,
energy
huh?
without an accusation of narcotics? You know what I mean? I'm just in a happy mood today.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good too. I just
So
woke
if he's jovial, like how do you feel? What's the word for you?
I feel good. I don't know. I feel calm. I just woke up. I had great rest.
You did freak out when we were in the car because you forgot your mask.
I did freak out.
I kind of like that. I respected that in a way.
Yeah, I'm still taking this coronavirus thing very seriously.
Yeah, that's good, as you should.
Yeah, I put a T-shirt on my face when I went to the convenience store.
Yeah.
You did?
Then I got you guys these delicious waters.
Thank you, man. The
Great-
great shit too.
Great
Come
mouth
on,
taste.
dude.
Yeah.
Evian?
Don't say the name.
So why
Oh,
didn't
I
I?
should-
Why,
They
why,
haven't pro- they
Hey,
haven't
bro,
pro-
hey,
yeah.
did you know that there was going to be another guest?
Yeah.
Where's my-
actually ran back.
That's my. Oh shit! You got me
Yeah.
an Evian.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at
Come
that.
on,
Look at
dude.
that.
Hey, I
That-
love you, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. Should we
We got and our fourth guest
I was
here,
scared.
and our fourth guest here is
shaking is weird.
is an old time friend of ours for a minute now. All City Jimmy, formerly known as No Can Do. James McCall the fourth.
James Robert McCall the fourth.
James Robert
Dude,
McCall.
what the fuck?
So what? So you're the fourth of the
man.
James Robert McCalls.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dating
yeah.
back to the first James Robert McCall. Do you know anything about the first James Robert McCall?
His name was Alabama Red. His nickname was Alabama Red.
Alabama Red. That's hard.
He
State
rode
and the color?
horses, shot shit up. He had two sons.
Woo.
You know, James Robert McCall II, my grandfather, and they just call him McCall. He's, you know, an ex-war veteran, Air Force dude, one of the
Yeah.
smartest dudes I
Oh,
know.
shit.
And
Damn.
then my dad, and they just call him Sonny Boy.
Yeah.
And you know,
They could have just gave
You
him
got the worst name.
different
Yeah.
name, but they're
Wait,
like,
mom
you
called
don't-
him because he's the only son out of a family of four.
Yeah.
Four kids. So he's like Sonny, son, you know.
Right.
And then I know
And
them all.
the
I
thing
know
is-
myself the least out of all the James Robert.
You have 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a son yet. You have 3 daughters.
You could have
so
named one of them
yeah.
James McCall.
you don't get, so you're still.
No, I named my middle daughter after my dad, Sonny.
Oh, okay. So
Nice.
are you still saving the full name for like a possible son in the near future?
Yeah. I'm gonna be one of those like dads, you know, with like a young hot wife and like one kid, but I'm gonna be like 52.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. I have an 8-year-old, so when I go to the schools and shit, you know, I'm around these, and she's in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
When I'm around like 55-year-old dudes with like a Brazilian wife and a fucking 8-year-old.
That's what you're gonna.
Damn.
That's
You
what
know
you're
what I'm
gonna be.
saying?
She's striving for that.
It's a Hollywood story, man.
Yeah.
Right,
Nah,
right.
for that. Hold on. Before we move on, we got Tony K over here. He doesn't have a mic,
Tony
but
K.
he's doing
What's up?
fine, y'all. Yeah, he's doing
I thought I was
fine.
doing that, man.
He's doing fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
a little short thing. We're talking about his daughters. His oldest daughter is now going into college, and I remember your daughter when you first had her, and you were out here in the rap scene, and you know, taking care of as a young single father. You know, I love telling this story. I guess. What's the look for? I don't understand what
Keep
the look
going,
for.
keep going.
I'm just waiting for
just wanna
it.
see
Waiting
what
for
they chose
what?
you to leave.
I'm waiting for whatever you're about to
Yeah.
say.
No, I'm just shocked that she's already going to college.
Oh,
That's fucking
a
crazy.
genuine sentiment.
Wow.
Yeah. Am I not genuine most of the
Wait for
time?
some
Most of these, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I mean, you want us to be honest or what?
Where's the joke?
Okay, but she's going to college.
Mm-hmm. Xavier.
She just graduated high school or what?
Yeah, she graduated high school. She had one of those drive-through graduations,
Wow.
and then a Zoom graduation at the house, and then a drive-through celebration at the school.
Were you there?
Yeah.
How was that? How was this like new graduation, a new normal graduation?
The drive-through was cool, but then the Zoom thing, I had to be around my ex-wife, so you know what I'm saying,
Digitally.
in close quarters. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
Zoom is close quarters with your ex-wife.
yeah, we were in the house, but because
It would have been really worse than if you guys
But I had to
went
be with
seeing
her,
each other in a
everybody.
real graduation, though.
No, they were in the
no,
same house
I
together.
need witnesses, bro. I need people around and shit. You know,
Right.
I need buffers, like you know what I'm saying.
We're not gonna go into
Vantage
your
points.
ex-wife situation, but the fact that you felt uncomfortable in a Zoom room.
No. He was in the house.
In the house,
with
and they're
her.
doing this Zoom on
We're
TV.
locked in the
Okay,
Zoom.
okay. So you
Gosh
guys weren't
darn
in
it, dumb.
person. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would have preferred just being out in the public.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
anyway, it was that. Graduations are, especially when you have a kid, and you're like, you know, kid centric. You're kid centric, right?
Right.
So in like a graduation setting, even like rap shows with your homies, you know, think about these hip hop shows with
Yeah.
like too many randos on the bill.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right? That's what a graduation is to me. You know? But not
Yo.
By the way, I gotta mention that this fool always has the best like analogies, and
Stops.
comparisons, like real shit.
Let it breathe.
Take your mask off. Let yourself breathe, bro.
You're
All
right,
right,
you're right,
Jesus
you're right.
Christ.
But so, you know, like, you know, I'm looking at the valedictorian and I'm like, yeah, she's giving off too much nervous energy in her speech. Like, I don't believe shit she's saying. I'm talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
there's like, but I can't say this to anybody. There's not like, you know, usually like there's nobody. It's not like I can talk to a friend or something. I'm just like
In there.
Yeah.
just in there. Then there's, you know, then just all these speeches that I kind of have to watch. And I'm just like,
This
Any
sucks.
fire speeches? Any?
no, there was this one kid
Yeah.
who didn't get it. So my daughter is like AP classes,
Oh, okay.
3.9 or some shit.
Yeah.
All this shit. And you know, if she had a better upbringing, she probably have a 4.6, you know? Or better
This is with the
different kind of
odds.
support.
Yeah, with all the odds. 3.9.
With all the odds against it, you know?
Right.
Like,
wait,
you know,
wait. What's 4 point? What do you mean?
like
is
it's like
is it 4 point the highest?
4 points the highest, but you can get higher with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
extra shit. But those kids, see, here's the
You didn't
thing.
know
Here's
that,
the
did
thing. Here's the thing. It's good, but GPA score don't hit back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
you know, it's really. But anyway, like, I'm here with my daughter, and I'm just like, Phoenix, you could have killed that. Like, these speeches. Oh no, the Armenian kid. This motherfucker. No, but this kid like was always like competitive with Phoenix, you know, in the class, and just like told Phoenix, "Oh, I just want to get better grades."
Armenians are smart. Like I think they got a smart like upbringing, family and shit. Like
I don't. Everybody's smart, but this kid. Here's the thing: that kid specifically was smart and really. Not that he was smart, but he was really. You know when somebody's smart and likable.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he's
That's
just
a-
like,
that's a
it's like
strong
you're a
combo.
person like that. You feel me?
I'm not the smartest, but I'm
I'm
like
not
exactly.
smart,
Do you see what
man.
he's just?
He's likable.
I'm
What he
the
just said
smartest.
was likable right
It's
there.
disarming. So this kid was like that, you know, and my daughter was like that. But then you gotta think about, you know, the valedictorian and the other person and the other person. He was like the third thing, the fourth thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
he just like, you know, man, you know, we working hard, and he just, it was real human. I really liked his speech, and Phoenix was like, I don't really rock with him because he was so in competition with me. I was like, did he let you know that he was in competition with you? And then she was like, yeah. I was like, that's dope. That means he's not a hater. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Right.
So
Like,
how
yeah.
did he? Was like, I know you're the top of the class. And I want your
I'm
spot.
coming for your spot.
Yeah, like
Yeah, see, he would just be like, Phoenix got another test. You know, he was Vegeta.
Right,
To her
right.
Goku.
Yeah, yeah.
everyone.
You know?
I was about to say, you need a rival.
Yeah,
Every
you gotta
anime
have a
hero.
rival.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly, dude.
Wait, hold on.
I told you this. You know,
They
like,
respect each
while
other.
we're in the group
Yeah.
chats, you know, while we're in the group chats, you guys think like I'm talking shit about certain people, and I have these little petty things. but these are like internal competitions and
Do
things
not
that
justify
keep me.
that.
Don't justify my
Don't
hating with it.
justify-
All right.
Don't justify your
That was
pettiness.
Do
true.
you
You're
hate and
petty.
keep it to yourself?
Yeah.
Or do you be like, I get you next time?
I keep it to myself.
The fact
in the
that-
group,
So you're a hater.
group chat, meaning I keep it to myself. I don't let it out
in
of
your
the group chat.
internal
Yeah,
group chat?
In my group chat, that 8 people. If you're keeping
got
it
voices
within,
in my
if you're
head.
keeping it within 8 people in the group chat, you're keeping it to yourself.
Exactly.
You know what
So
I'm
that's
saying?
polar opposite of the Armenian
There's a
move. The
contract
Armenian
in
move,
the
he
group
went to
chat.
yeah.
There's a contract in the group chat that we don't let it out.
You're
you
an
know what I'm saying?
earthworm.
That's good. That's good.
I was gonna say, so your daughter is graduating at the same age that you had your first daughter, right?
No, but she's a year. She's 2 years. She's about a year and some change younger. A year and like 3 months younger.
You had her like 18 or something like that.
19.
19.
Just turned 19.
Just turned 19. Wow, that's crazy.
Wait, time out. No can do. Jimmy, what does a Zoom graduation look like? I don't understand. So everyone is in front of their webcams. No one's walking, and they're just taking turns talking.
It's a lot of. It's like a crazy big PowerPoint presentation.
Oh my
You know,
gosh,
it's like
yo.
they every kid has a photo, and then they have their their.
So
their
it's longer than a
achievements.
normal graduation, right?
No, dude. Here's the thing: when you're there for your child, it could have gone on 3 times as
Sure,
long. You
sure.
feel me?
Yeah,
I was,
yeah.
Like it was just
It's the anticipation for her name to get called and all that. It's just like it's a moment right there.
yeah, and she's a McCall, so M's are like dead in the middle. You know,
Oh yeah.
but I love, dude. That shit was dope. It was really dope.
Did they play that song?
Yeah, they played that song.
I
I
4
hate that
hours.
song, dude. I hate
Yeah.
that
Are
song.
there still the particular parents that are wilding out like on the Zoom? You know, like
No,
there's
there's
families that are just
There's
going
no
crazy.
parents. There's no parents.
Oh,
it's
it's
just like imagine, it's like this podcast. It's like there's no like audience. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah.
But no, it's not even like this podcast. It's a lot of it is prepared before. Like the speeches were prepared before. The
They
How
just
large
said-
is
they
the
just sent in
student
the
body?
yeah, the VOD, I guess. Yeah.
How large is the student body? Like how many students are we talking about graduating?
It's a really big school on the west side, so it's,
Right.
you know,
Damn,
whatever
that's a long-
LA school is, it might be like the total. Actually, I can find out the exact.
Hold on,
numbers,
let's
but I feel
talk
like
about
it's like
this.
300, 400 kids,
Jesus.
maybe.
I want to talk about one thing about like just Father's Day just passed. You know what I'm saying? And I was wondering because we're not fathers, and
Not that you know of.
no, I know.
You sure?
Relax, bro. I
Whoa, kind
No,
of
but
defensive
all-
right there.
do. No, but all of us like I feel like it's weird because for you
Killed them all.
on Father's
For all the abortions.
on Father's Day.
Don't ever call here again.
On Father's Day, this fool lights fireworks on his roof.
Oh my god, yo.
No, I'm saying on Father's Day, like as you yourself as a father for so long, it's like your kids are coming to you, and it's like your day, kind of. For us, it's always been like us reaching out to our
That's
fathers,
true.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
has it been like that for you since like you had your first child? Like, did you
I'ma
feel
be
more
real.
of a father than you like, celebrating your own father, or what? Like,
Well, my father died when I was a teen,
Right.
and then so I had a stepdad, and Father's Day was always, mom, stepdad. We go to some fucking place in the hills and fucking crack crab legs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Eat brunch
Damn,
and all
crab
that
legs.
shit. Yeah, just cool shit. But then for me, I guess I guess I'm a selfish fuck because I just remember eating crab when I was a kid. I remember the food and all that shit. But as a dad, I don't know, man. Like, a dad is one of those like I don't ever want nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? So like Father's Day is weird.
like you don't even care for the celebration of it.
A lot of the dope shit happens. Like, a lot of the dope stuff as a dad happens for me, and I'm old, spiritual, and emo now.
Yeah.
So
I
a lot
love
of
it.
always been emo. You know what I'm saying? But super spiritual now. So like a lot of the, the dope stuff happens that aren't fathers. That isn't intentional. So Father's Day comes, and the thing about Father's Day for me, especially with my life, my married life, and even my separated life, it was always just a day where I just had to, like, Mother's Day, I'd take 5 people out to fucking dinner. Father's Day, I'd take 5 people out to dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
So it gets to this point. Even my birthdays are like this now too. Father's Day and my birthdays and days that are supposed to be for me are days that I just cook for everybody. You feel me?
It's kind of like Korean style too. Like on birthday, you treat everyone.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I do that. I feel like sometimes I feel bad because I feel like it's my easy cop out to the celebration.
Yeah,
Like,
so you feel like you don't get to turn up and express how much you love yourself, or what do you mean?
no, not for me. I'm saying like on these celebrations for family gatherings, I go in, pay for the thing,
Right.
you know, and have the quick dinner.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to be more invested in there, you know, and not just
Present.
with my pocket.
Right,
like, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like it's
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give yourself some credit.
No,
man.
no,
I think you're pretty invested.
I love
Everybody's
doing
got to
that.
be
I
hard
love-
on themselves though. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's no right way to be a good son or a good father or a
Right.
good you know, good
Yeah.
friend.
But I think you're doing a hell of a job, Dom.
You're not. You know, how do you know? I
Because
could be totally.
IG story.
That's hilarious. I love seeing your sister. I love.
Yeah, she's a great
love
great
her.
mom.
Mhm.
She's a great mom.
Quick note: don't turn all the way to dumb. You can't see your face. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
I'm
like.
watching.
I don't know how to podcast, so I'm like, so hey, Jonathan, like, I love your sister.
Oh shit.
Yeah, nah, because I just see that look right behind you. I see everything.
Just talking to you. We haven't caught up on the Father's Day thing too. I'm just curious. Like, what did you do? Did you call your dad?
I'm gonna visit Virginia. I want to see him face to face. Yeah, you know, I want to catch up with him.
Yeah.
And I've been there Christmas. No, not Christmas. I've been there January, so it's been about 6 months. I want to check up on how they're doing.
Is your relationship, would you say, the best it's ever been with your dad? I would say it's the best it's ever been with my dad, personally.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, you know what I'm saying? But it just like last time I saw him, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
something is different about you.
It's probably a double shift. You stupid. You stupid.
What you look kind of good, Dad. No. You just, I don't know. He just seemed very happy. And also the way he was interacting with my sister and my niece. And my sister brought her in-laws. Like Filipino, like
And your dad is OG racist Korean dad.
Nah, he's not racist.
Talk about it.
The way he said that, and her family's Filipino. My dad.
No. My dad's always been like my niece.
I don't know. You don't gotta explain that. It was a joke, bro.
No. I'm
That's
being,
not racist.
No. Because I'm saying when I was, my dad he's on the stricter side when I was young, and it was like my dad all of a sudden
became a rapper.
Yeah, but my dad was like, it wasn't like I eased him into like just busting out with all my friends being hella multiracial.
Right.
No, because I would I'd throw parties at my crib with like all of a sudden be like 15 black dudes, 15 Latino dudes, like it would be just all of a sudden you'd walk in and catch me with like all the homies like that.
Yeah.
So
You see what I'm saying?
You started the pause thoughts. That's what you said. New Yorker shit.
He started with stricter.
It was a pure vibe.
y'all just making it sound like it's a gangbang or some shit now. Relax, dude. It was a lyrical gangbang. No. Nah, but that's what I mean. So he just was mad that like I would just have these parties sometimes and just be smoking mad weed and drinks and all this shit. But the Filipino, when my sister had a kid with a Filipino dude, I don't think he thought of it all weird or anything like that, But who knows? I mean, who knows? Like if what he's expecting with me, like me and the girl. Yeah, I feel like my dad still has this thing about sons compared to daughters or something. You know what I mean?
So?
Like he's like that guy's guy. Like I worry more about what the son's gonna do. Like
Racist
type
and
of-
sexist.
Koreans.
it's like a sexist kind of. I don't know. I'm just
No,
saying. I don't know. It might be.
Yeah.
That's a funny. It's weird. It's weird thinking about it like that because like. Let's say that's true, for you. Let's say that's true for everybody, and just a male ego. Like I want, because you brought up like, do you want a son one day? Hell yeah, I want a son. Like, culture, language. Just that there's an incubation period with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not Jewish unless you come out of a Jewish womb, kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like scientifically, you should be thinking about your daughter. If we're talking about race, you know what I'm saying? Like. If you got a black mom, culturally you're black. You know what I'm saying? If you got a Korean mom, culturally you're Korean. Knowing that, I'd be like, my son could do whatever the fuck. You can go, have sex with a Nazi and have a kid. I don't care.
Right.
You know, but my daughters, we better bring home Malcolm X. No,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like my dad has said something to me about like, since like Natalie had a baby with a Filipino person, like go find a Korean. I don't know. I feel like
he shouldn't have brought you to LA. What the fuck?
I don't. It's like I don't think he's like so strict about it. He's just kind of like said it here and there, and I'm like, I can't promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's question: is that racist to put those constraints on your?
There's
your
a little there's some racist tones to it.
What
What do you think? Is it racist? Is it racist or not? Because like
I don't give a fuck.
But I'm saying you get that in every culture too. You'll have like black parents.
My
Where if you brought home,
my mom's all about me dating black.
That's what I'm saying. If you brought home like a white girl, like this is who I'm gonna marry, or like I've seen it. You've seen it everywhere, really. Even like 90 Day Fiance, like that dude brought the whole white girl.
I don't think
it's also because she looks like that. But
I don't think it's like a feeling because that sentiment stems not from don't get with them because they're less than us,
right.
But it's more like get with your people because we gotta preserve that culture and all that stuff. I mean,
it's kind of like a museum curator with your children's sperm.
Does your dad speak English?
It's just like whoa.
Like not that.
Keep
not
this
that well,
Greek
right?
painting inside this Greek museum. It's like
so not even going into like preserving the race, like not even going that deep. Also, it could be a communication thing. You know what I mean? Because Natalie marrying the Filipino, he can't really comfortably communicate with that family, right?
Yeah,
so,
this motherfucker hasn't talked to us in years. It ain't about communication.
I'm gonna be real. My ladies from the Midwest, and it's a different communication. Like no matter what when families mix, I don't give a fuck if it's black and black and white,
right?
Fucking Korean and Filipino. This is what every like person that's thinking about like race preservation should understand. Sometimes people of your own race will just be whack as shit or different as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And you might, like, love is the thing that like that strips away that BS. You know what I'm saying? And then like, so like you might get along with like a Filipino father-in-law, or I guess the two Filipino and Korean father-in-laws would probably get along better than a potential like you forcing yourself late in the game to find a Korean chick that like is pretty, but you don't really like her, but it's just like I just got to get this out to make my dad happy.
Right.
Since she's low key she's like there might be some whack in there, right? And she came from like double whack up top, right?
Yeah.
And then your dad has to be in a room with some people that he could never fuck with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'll say this from personal experience.
This is old man shit,
I'll say this from personal experience. I think previous episode I said like I grew up, my cousins, married like white dudes, so I was like I was okay with it. Like I was okay with white dudes getting with Asian females, whatever.
Yeah.
But I will say
not. I got no dog in the fight.
Well, also James has been with his fair share of Asian women as well. You know what I'm saying?
But going to what you were saying, I went to my cousins or my uncle, aunt, cousins, that side of the family. Their get together, like a Thanksgiving get together, whatever, and everyone married white dudes, all my cousins. So then
every female cousin you have.
Yeah, and it's a family of three daughters. And
is it weird because they kind of notice the pattern amongst each other? Like the white dudes are like, "Oh shit."
No, and the weird thing is
the gang's all here.
The weird thing is they invited like two other couples that were also like
interracial
white dudes.
You see, like that has to be awkward, bro. That has to be awkward. Like,
so this is the tweet. What did I say?
What was the tweet? Share the tweet.
On a podcast, gonna try not to talk about anything important, just dodging everything. So now we're getting into the shit.
To be honest,
let me finish though. And that's all cool and everything,
But that's
fine.
Before you say some fuck shit. That's all cool and everything.
Go.
But I don't want them eating with me.
No, but my I did notice like my uncle, who's like like a Korean, like in any other situation he'd be like the center, he'd be telling the stories,
boss.
he'd be the loudest, all that shit. Like he was kind of just chill, like wasn't saying much, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't communicate.
Yeah.
Just like an awkward, like let chuckle here and there.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like he's just kind of like
he's outside of his fucking his
comfort
he's outside
zone.
of his world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
crazy. Maybe it's on him to not feel that way, but at the same time I see why a Korean immigrant or any immigrant dad might be like, keep it within the culture so like we could participate, I guess, or
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, communications.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, like I feel like if he got too close with like another Korean man his age, I feel like it'd be annoying as fuck. I think just keeping that surface level of respect between in-laws is fine. Like y'all don't need to be hanging out.
But it might even be on my cousin to be more inclusive or in some way. You know what I mean? Like it might be their fault too. In the future, I think we're all gonna be mixed. What do you think?
I don't know about that.
Nah.
You don't think so? Like
people getting more pro, their ethnic group and the pride of each thing. I mean,
you think so?
I don't think you could call it. I think there's always going to be both sides. You know what I'm saying? Of the types of what you want to do. Whether
Right.
This is what I can say. L.A. for sure. This is just some South Central, some hood shit, and it's just some hood shit all around. Because even your sister and the Filipino dude, y'all K-Town look like Filipino town, like right next to each other.
Right.
I just want to have my babies have to be K-Town, not Korean. They just got to be K-Town.
I've never crossed Crenshaw.
She better be from between Vermont and Western. I swear to God.
I'll tell you that much.
I told my homie Mucho, and Mucho was like black dude he's from Swans, which is like 70th in Maine, blood gang. But our whole generation, and you're included in that, just as dudes is real cross-cultural. You know what I'm saying? And Mucho's the type of dude, he always had like the baddest Salvadorian chick all the time. And he's one of those like just future hood dudes. We're talking about 90s LA, 2000s LA. Just like first dude that had like Nike sponsorship, skateboarding, but he wasn't like total white boy because he was at the blow with us and doing graffiti. A lot of his homies were Spanish. He's a racial renaissance man.
Yeah.
Double R.
Yeah, that part.
There's a racial renaissance going on. You go to the racial renaissance fair?
But I had to hit him because my buddy Terry, my closest homie, like one of my 4 closest friends, Terry, Rob, Marcel. Even Marcel's an example of this, but he married a Mexican chick, and I'm just looking around, and I'm just like, man, in the future there's gonna be it's gonna look like Brazil with all this like black, even in Watts, it's like this. Watts is a place where there's very little like black on Mexican like violence historically, and it's just gonna be hella little curly head brown, like kids, and I was like, man, like I think through like conflict and then like the calming of conflict, I think that will maybe cause the mixed thing, to happen.
I'm curious about, and that's great. I'm curious like how that affects race relations once all these mixed kids, right, get thrown into the mix and that becomes the norm. Because there's still there's identity issues within mixed kids too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you're half black, half Asian, half white, half black. So does that make things better to understand that? Like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think because the inner dialogue of that family, already they're going to be more aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to be more aware of the identity issues just growing up within that family. It's like us is different because we didn't have the language. We came over here, we're trying to acclimate. We're speaking Korean at home and then just, being American at school. But these guys, they could speak English and they could have these conversations with their parents. And I think it'll just be more enlightened, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a leveling up. I think, multicultural anything is always good.
Here's the thing, though. When you're a mixed black kid, like,
mixed with what?
I'm saying whatever. You're black. You know what I'm saying?
That's like that one drop rule shit,
like,
right?
It's like, think about all the mixed black kids you've seen. They're like black. You're not going to be like, oh, he's half Asian.
But that's,
like, you know what I'm saying?
That's like the outside eye perceiving them as black.
Right.
Whereas, like, I'm going to be real. Like, if you grew up, there's certain things that are like culturally Korean as fuck, black as fuck, white as fuck. If you have like a white mom, right? Every black dude, half black dude that has a white mom versus a black dude that has a white dad, black mom, which is something that is probably more rare.
Yeah.
That from what we've seen in
which
LA.
one? Which one? The
White dad, black mom versus
right.
black dad, white mom. The motherfuckers that have the white mom, you gotta think about like how
Drake.
Yeah, but that's Jewish because we're gonna get all right. We're gonna like get dialed down
real crazy with
but you know, there's just certain ways you can't move with a black mom. There's certain things you can't.
There's dynamics even within
there's
the
a black respect kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So like
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but I think it's
no. I think that's a good point actually. That is a super good point.
Yeah, earlier when he said that, like it was more identifiable with the mother's race.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, but I think in the future, like like even for example, when my parents left like an all Korean church to go to a multicultural church because they realized that like our traditions and some of our cultural beliefs, it can't go hand in hand with some of the biblical teachings. You know what I'm saying? Well, not specific
You're very
details.
Christian too, huh? You've always been that way.
Yeah,
that's the most Christian
thing
to say. What you're about to say is just like
for us every podcast, bro.
Why are you so angry about that? Whoa.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is when they went to a multicultural church, you see the good of differences, you know what I'm saying? And you can pick up like the pros of a lot of different cultures. And definitely I think especially this time where there's turmoil and kind of like turbulence right now, after this kind of subsides, this multicultural and conversations and dialogue, it's going to be a leveling up, bro. You know, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But you are a super Christian.
A super Christian, man.
You're a Christian thug, bro.
A Christian thug.
Yeah, you are.
You ever hear of Gospel Gangsters?
Yeah, no, I saw them they came to my church, man. My cousin used to play drums with them.
Wait, what's Gospel Gangsters? I don't know Gospel Gangsters. What is
there was
this?
like a Christian rap group.
How did you know about them? What's up?
I know about Christian music. I used to listen to Christian Georgia Clay.
Come on, cross movement.
Motherfuckers were crip walking in the church and shit.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, crip walk for Christ.
I don't even know this. I don't even know this movie. But I'm big on this weird cultural land people. I'm trying to like break down like race, culture, everything to this weird.
That's what we do here.
Aboriginal.
We put it all out there. There's no dodging shit here. We're gonna hit you with these.
I thought it was supposed to be fun.
Truth.
Fun with though.
Wow.
All
right, that was
But so this,
I like it. That was good. I
don't know the name of this movie. What's this movie? It's on Netflix. It's about this like Spanish kid in Monterrey, where they like
Sense8.
Huh?
Nah.
Okay, well this is a movie where it's about this. Like, have you seen the videos on Netflix or the videos on YouTube where it's like these like Mexican kids like crip walking in a circle and like they're throwing up the signs, big ass baggy pants. It might be on some Fools Going Wild.
Yeah, Fools
shit.
Going Wild shit.
Okay, so anyway, I'm like,
Jesus Christ, not that guy, right?
No, it's just random.
Okay.
It's random fools.
Yeah.
But I'm like big on this weird cultural street shit right now. It's a really long story, and I don't want to get totally into it, but I was thinking about the Crip Walk and LA gangs and all this shit, and actually I'll get into it.
Yo, we're gonna go into some calls.
We gotta go into calls.
Look, can we get Curtis ready real quick?
What are you looking
Just
at on the
have it ready.
motherfucking Tony? What are you
Why do we go into calls so early?
Okay, give us like 10 minutes. Just tell him to stand by in like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, no, I feel that. What were we talking about? Oh,
We're talking about the Crip Walk. The Crip Walk.
Yo,
I never
What?
got
Very Native
I never
American,
got
that's
the
Crip
Crip
walk.
walk down.
Because he wasn't around Crips.
No, I wasn't around
You're around
Crips.
Kim's.
I wasn't around Crips, but I was around a lot of people who Crip walked.
But that's what I had
You know
to
what I'm
explain
saying?
to my daughter. Okay, so I went to school in Culver City because I was trying to explain to her about this movie where, you know, like the Crip Walk looks real Native American, and then once the like the Hispanic and the Mexicans took that shit, it's like back to a Native American thing. And the like basically like her mom is like her dad's like this Crip from Venice and all that shit. And I remember going to Culver City. I'm from South Central, going to Culver City, and then being at parties and being like, what the fuck is this? It's like crazy ornate fucking role play crip walk. Like, oh, I'm a lowrider. I'm gonna do this with the moves and all this fucking flying around
Charades.
and shit. It's like charades and
Yeah.
like this weird showy thing. And I was like, I told my daughter, I was like, I showed her like the crip walk and like this shit feels really like native to me and a little South African.
Yeah.
And she's like, I thought you couldn't crip walk. And I was like, nah, I just thought I couldn't because when I went to Culver City, there was no Crips. It was just a bunch of like suburban or kind of fringe Crips. But when you get around like, it's like when people say they can't freestyle. If they got anybody that says that, if they got around us at the Blowed, right? Anybody would be like, okay, I can do this because you get around the real energy.
Yeah.
So when you're around like Crips, it's not like this crazy like showy dance, but it's like a weird ritual, you know what I'm saying? And
For
it's like
sure.
we're spelling things out and everybody can do it their
So you
way.
jumped in?
I can crip walk like a boy from South Central,
Right,
but
right,
not
right.
like an art school kid. And so if you saw
I
the
know
art
what you
school
mean.
version of it,
Yeah.
or you saw the outsider version
No,
of it,
I know what you mean,
You know what
because
I'm
it
saying?
became at one point it was like a dance, like the jerk or some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
It wasn't just like the tribal native element of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I like what you just said about the when you feel that energy, because we talked about this when we were going to the Blowed, and there was these freestyle dancers that were amazing and shit. There was one dude who was my favorite dancer I've ever seen. He just goes in and just kind of like
Stickman.
You don't know where he's going with it. He used to go by Stickman, and he used to go crazy. I used to watch him every week, and I'm like, I was feeling it so hard. I'm like,
Right.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I went in there just because I was
you
high.
jumped in?
I jumped in, and I'm just like, just letting my body do what I thought in my head, like what I do when what I do with words and
Right.
freestyle.
Right.
But I'm like, if I could do it with words, I could do it with my body.
For sure.
So I jump in this shit, and I'm going off, and like literally 3 seconds into it, I'm like, I look goofy right now, don't I? I saw people laughing and shit. I was like, okay, it's not the same thing.
Yeah. Dancers especially, when they're in that stream of consciousness, man, and they're like, they don't give a fuck, it's super inspiring, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when I see that, I'm like jealous of their bravery, bro.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite dance style.
But you do
what
the
I
rap,
saw.
because it's some LA shit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's some tribe. That's a part of, you know, your tribe of people. Like the art, like if you're around every week, we're around like a gang of music blaring. There's hella smoke. You know,
Right.
we're fucking drinking. We're all rapping, talking. These people in here dancing. That's some. You know, it's a party, but it ain't really a party. You feel me? It's like a
a gathering.
It's a gathering, and
I
it's
got you.
somewhat therapeutic too,
Yeah,
right?
Almost.
You
I mean,
know?
it's a fellowship in a way, you know what
that
I mean?
part. It's like church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cipher.
Yeah, man. So
Trying to think of another synonym.
I had to stop that because we're gonna go
All right,
back to
well,
cipher.
Tony, play a beat. We're just gonna have a little dance cipher real quick. A little dance cipher break.
Tony
But
versus
we'll
Jimmy.
only get to use our upper bodies.
Oh
all right?
my gosh, dude.
Which I feel like
I've been learning to play the guitar, but I've been playing over like West Coast gangster rap beats,
Yeah.
and I was like, it's like crip walk with my fingers.
You look like you're about to crip walk in a mosh pit.
Oh
like,
my
open up, open up the pit.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
what have you been like consuming like content wise, man?
Consuming.
I know you watch like anime.
But I'm
You been
off
playing
the
video
anime
Have you
so
been playing
much.
video games?
No, I can't really play shit right now. My brain ain't even on that shit.
Right.
I'm watching
shows.
I ain't really watching anime. I just been practicing the guitar. I've been making music. I've been trying to talk to people on the phone.
Who guitar like who's like the guitar hero?
I don't have one.
Yeah.
I freestyle to like Mozzie instrumentals or Mozzie songs.
Oh
or,
shit.
That's cool.
like
Yeah, that's
hyper California shit.
Right.
Like everything. I even like Far Side. Like I'm trying to like get my like my noodling and all that shit.
Right.
I'm trying to train myself with the guitar the way I train myself with rap. Just put on beats, put on songs.
Oh,
Ah,
shit.
I see.
And and then go off and really trying to zero in on Los Angeles shit, California shit.
How'd
You
you
know.
how'd you learn like what like
Guitar or rap?
yeah guitar?
How did I learn guitar? I
Well,
didn't
the
learn.
reason- the reason
I didn't
I asked-
learn. I mean, I'm still learning, but I didn't really. I think once somebody showed me skills. But say what you about to say.
I was about to say because I know that like you go to like a black church, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people learn music through that, right?
Yeah.
They learn more like a kind of I guess like jazz style, like improvised style. Whereas like Koreans, they get the lessons
they get
and
the
it's
classic,
all
right.
a memorization.
Mhm.
It's not musical theory.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, and so like a lot of like Koreans that play piano, they don't know how to play piano. They just know how to like read sheet music. Or
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like photography and painting. You know
Oh, it's
what I mean?
different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're just very like limited to the classics,
Yeah.
and we don't have any
So like
room
what?
for.
So what I'm asking, like, do you just like follow and just like hear it through your ears?
Dude, we've been doing music so long. I'm pretty sure if do you play guitar? You play piano?
I used to play guitar, but I used to just I know a couple like chords and stuff. Yeah, but like when I try to produce beats, like I still like just kind of tap to see like where it fits.
Right.
That part. We all know what key you might not know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You might not know it, but you know it. You listen. It's like Zoe as a DJ. He matches shit in key.
Right.
You know, we've been listening to music for so long that if I take that and I go ding 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 ding, oh that's fucking the Cure song. Oh,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking that Schoolboy Q song. And you know, I can just find the note. Once I find the note, then I'm like, okay, I'll start there because this fucking Blueface song is on right now. For real. And then that's the key that the Blueface song is on. So all I
Right.
got to do is just crip walk with my fingers over that shit.
Trial and error, just which chord hits.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's
doing a
dope. But
pass
I
on
took music lessons as a kid though.
Oh, okay.
I took
So you know the chord progressions and all
piano. I don't know chord progressions. I think I know chord progressions from the rap thing. Rap,
shit.
having rap, especially the way we learned it, having rap is it's a crazy tool, man.
It is. The way I learned rap at the Blow, they definitely used it like their patterns were an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I feel like when we do runs and passes on beats, like we have pretty good ideas at least because we kind of experiment.
melodies,
with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we
melodies.
Yeah.
All those Blow dudes, like the Freestyle Fellowship guys.
For sure.
Other than Jupiter and AC, but I think about Micah and Peace.
And Bus Driver too, like he'll do.
Yeah, but Bus Driver. But let's look at the fucking top of the food chain.
Micah for sure. Yeah.
Micah is this crazy jazz. And then Peace is this kind of like bluesy. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like
That was fire.
those are the fucking. Those are like the forefathers of. Those are the guys that kicked off our cultural thing in Leimert.
Yeah.
So
Yo, related, unrelated, but I love how rap and even just pop, indie, like pops, whatever, music in general, it's getting to a point.
Did you just hallucinate?
No. I love
hip-hop
how
is over his
music.
shoulder.
I love how music right now. There's so many like bad singing. You know what I mean?
Bad
And a
singing,
lot of
yeah,
people are like, "Oh, this is garbage. You can't even sing or auto-tune, whatever." But I feel like we're going back to a place where singing and making music doesn't have to be the standard of like good.
Yeah.
Because it's in like human history. I think this whole concept of singing good is new. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyone
right.
just fucking tuned out.
No,
No.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I thought about the parking meter, but
Yeah.
But let's keep up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like back in the day, or like even like we go back to like when humans were fucking like tribal, right? It's fucking everyone was singing the songs together.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, stop singing, you suck.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
off
yeah.
key.
Yeah.
It was like, no, everyone can sing. Everyone, And
It's
then,
like a church during hymns, like.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
in human history, it's more recently in human history where we put people on pedestals.
For sure.
And then we're like, yo, you're good, you're bad, whatever.
That's actually a good point. So it kind
now-
of takes it back to more the roots of like less businessy. You mean?
Yeah, and then now,
That's
like-
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think like putting people on the pedestal, that's some that capitalistic shit.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll take the best one out of here. You are
Plant.
the singer. You are the cooker. You are the blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we'll make some money off of you. You know what I'm saying? But
But everyone can sing.
They
you know?
probably critiqued motherfuckers back in the day too, like even to the most tribal days. Like,
Yeah, like,
For sure.
oh, that guy.
But I think also
This motherfucker throwing me off the rhythm.
but in a concert though, you look at it in a concert when it's turned, when it's lit.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, we will rock you. Like everybody like gets it,
For
there
sure.
might be a leader or whatnot, or a group of leaders, but
Yeah.
like everybody should feel comfortable singing and playing music. And I've been consuming shit, just like little philosophy shit I'm trying to read Shakespeare right now, as a matter of fact, but that's something else.
Yeah.
But some like Plato said something about music being like I forgot what he said, but music just being important for everybody to understand and everybody to learn. And you know, what's the boy's name? The
Music
horn,
and math.
the horn player. Yeah,
Some
math,
languages.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The horn player.
Kenny G.
I hate math.
That's my man, yo.
But the Coltrane was like trying to explain how like these are the sounds of the universe and like kind of connecting things to space. And you know, I don't know, like I found that like, you know, when there's crazy jazz going on and shit, I can write better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When there's certain classical music, I've had my kids in the car and they're stressed out from something, and I just put on a certain kind of classical music, and it puts us at a vibration to where I'm not gonna flip out on them for having shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like
right.
we all just kind of get to this.
Who's one of your go-to composers when it comes to classical music?
My go-to is Rachmaninoff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my go-to.
He's one of the hardest to play.
I like Chopin.
Yeah.
man.
I never tried to
Chopin?
play. You like Chopin?
Like I like Polonaises.
Chopin, yeah,
like
Polonaise.
dark.
Wait,
just-
did you hear this recent thing about
No, I
Beethoven
know
being black? Did you hear this?
Been on that, but you would have been conspiracy theory, brother, if you said that
No,
shit.
I'm
Wow.
not a conspiracy
Wow.
theory. I didn't
No,
know
I'm saying
that.
What was he talking about?
It's that I've been we all been known
recently.
that.
It's been a huge thing, finding out that Beethoven was black, possibly black. I don't know.
Yeah, because BET.
Bars.
Actually, it's BEET, but all right, we'll let that
I
slide.
know, bro.
Okay.
Damn.
Black
Sorry.
educational entertainment.
Nah, but
Yeah.
back to the whole like singing. That's a very good point, and I also think because like some people who,
Let me cite my references, though. I did
Yeah.
read about that.
yeah,
It's not something I came up with.
Francis Bebe said something about like, so with learning the guitar,
excited.
right? With learning the guitar, I'm learning like what's that shit? The pentatonic, then the blues, and then the major and the minor scales. And so like,
Dumb got a guitar. You should
it's
play
right
together.
over here. Yeah,
Would you like to play a tune for us, James?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Wait, hold on.
But-
Before you move on, I got to do something. I got to bring in another guest over here, and he could stay on the conversation with us too.
cool.
We're gonna bring in a guest. This is a homie from Atlanta named Curtis Williams, aka Danko. He's a rapper as well from a group previously called 2-9.
I love that group.
Yeah. We've heard some joints. You've heard some joints, Pi.
Yeah.
Let's call him in. You could just join in on the conversation too. Like we'll take calls from other cats and stuff.
Yo,
What's up, bro?
Yow yow.
How you doing?
what's up?
What's
Can,
up?
can
Where
you
the
hear
camera
us?
at?
Could you turn them up
Yeah.
on the speakers real quick? Okay.
So he's on the Zoom. What's the?
Enable your video.
Enable your video real quick, and you could put
Oh,
smaller here.
can you see me?
Hold on, 1 second. We got him. You got him, Tony.
Good dog.
What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, man?
How are you, man? How's Atlanta holding up?
It's pretty good. I'm eating some wings right now. I'm sorry.
What kind of wings
Is
are you
that
eating?
is that LA the city?
What kind of wings?
Damn, I love wings.
I'm eating hot honey with lemon pepper sprinkles, all flats.
That sounds bomb as
Oh,
fuck.
all
Ooh.
flats. Hell yeah.
Where is it from?
Flats guy.
Hey, somebody explain this flat shit because I'm maybe something wrong, but the drumsticks are just easy to get
Drumsticks.
to.
Drumsticks
the
all
flats got the
day.
flavor.
I'm not an all drumsticks. Wait. I'm not an all drumsticks. don't do that. But I don't.
Drums guys over there.
Ain't no. I never seen that.
Don't Luke put us all in the drum.
Yo,
I'm a
drums
drummer.
versus
I'm a
flats.
drummer.
Drums
Yeah.
versus flats in the chat.
No, all
Got-
wings matter. All wings
Yeah,
matter.
we got the rascal. we got the rascal flats over here. All right.
Wow.
all flats. Hey, but I want somebody to explain to me why the all flats thing because I just like I never.
It's inconvenient, bro.
Yo, even the jump. Even the
you can look
drumstick,
straight, bro.
the drumstick,
Oh, yeah.
the meat could get dry. Like it's like the drumstick always.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like the flats have more meat on it too.
Yep.
Pause.
I like that cartilage at the end of a drumstick. I
Hell
like
yeah,
cartilage,
dude.
homie.
Wait, I don't
Flat
like
got
that.
cartilage too.
I like the bone marrow inside the bone.
Bone marrow.
dude.
See, we just
I
some
snack
animals,
that
bro.
shit.
We
Hell
just some
yeah.
fucking animals, bro. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, what's
Let's go.
It's easier.
We will not be
It's
going.
easier.
We're not going anywhere with you.
What's the spot for wings over in Atlanta?
Any American deli.
Okay.
Honestly,
Oh hell yeah!
If you anywhere you go and it's like if the name is just like some basic name like wings and seafood, and you go in there and it's an old Asian lady at the counter, fire. It's
that's
fire.
what's up.
It's simple. If you go there and you see like a black person or a white person, it's kind of like I don't know about this, and then they got like some fancy name like Dave's Buffalo Wings. It's like get that shit out of here, man.
How is that a fancy name, first of all? Dave Buffalo Wings.
He's like, look at this fancy motherfucking Dave.
Dave just trying to tell everybody how special his wings are.
I don't even know no name. Like,
Right.
It's just called, and it can't be the punk. You got to go in there, and it has to literally be like the grammar and stuff on the sign has to be
No, I hear you.
special.
The shop sign has to be Helvetica. It can't be anything else, man. Then it's gonna be whack.
Yeah.
I do miss like New York takeout, Chinese takeout wings though.
Yeah. Those should be fire too.
Yeah.
It's just fire too.
Wings.
Hey, I was
fries.
gonna ask you, do you guys got the little fireworks situation going on in Atlanta too right now?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
What is that?
Everywhere.
What you mean? What do you mean? We don't know what the fireworks? What do you mean?
No, because there's fireworks
situation.
just going off. Like, you know, people
Yeah, I
are like
don't know-
talking
I don't know.
about
All
this as
over
like a
every city.
conspiracy theory type thing.
Yeah, them shit's going off.
You haven't been
some
hearing
just
about
went
this?
off, like 10 minutes ago here.
Yeah, the
people-
last like couple. I mean, to me, I don't argue too much. I'm just like, people are bored. They're lighting fireworks. I don't think about conspiracy
I thought.
theories
Right.
and shit like that.
And it's close to July 4th, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been going on for the last.
What would the
month,
the
every
fireworks
day.
cover up?
Well, people are saying like there's multiple conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
there's like shit like, oh, they're just desensitizing us before they roll in, or like they're making, I don't know.
They're saying the
all
cops are
types
letting.
of
They're
shit.
saying the cops are setting them off to like divide like the brown and black community and all this shit.
But
Yeah.
what, how would fireworks divide people?
Yeah, right. Every time I hear a firework, I'm like,
Gather
it's lit.
crowds. For sure.
No, I will say that I saw like someone submitted a video to me like of their house, and it's like right out their window, and it's like hella loud and
Damn.
disruptive.
Oh yeah, them shit's going off like super loud over
Yeah.
here. Like it's like somewhere like literally like this building next door. They fucking let them shits go off. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I got a dog, so my dog gets all riled up.
Right.
Right.
And,
You got what you got to do when the fireworks are about to go off. You got to like pet your dog and play with it, and the dog will get desensitized to it. It's like a kid in the hood, bro.
But I think that's what they're doing. They're desensitizing us with all this psychological warfare right now.
You think so?
I mean, I don't know. This
Oh,
is
we
like
got one of those guys in our group, huh?
Hey, both of you
the-
motherfuckers.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? What-
Both of you
I
motherfuckers.
literally, yo, hold on. I
repeating what
echoed
I
what you
heard.
said. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Nah, but I see it. Like, you know, you hear a lot of loud explosions
No, but
every day for months.
I read an article on this, and they're saying that we're just noticing more sounds because most people are inside the home. More.
Nah, that's bullshit.
That's what they're saying.
I live in East LA right now. That shit's going up, bro. And the home, my neighbor be lighting his shit. I'm trying to go get some so I can light some. I swear to God,
Right.
I don't believe in no conspiration theories. Let me tell you why.
Man, fireworks is expensive as shit.
You think so?
Oh, that was
Man.
one of the theories too. Is
it too
that
expensive for
they were,
them to
they
be
were
that
saying
often?
like the guy who was accusing the cops and shit and the authorities of letting him off was because they were like, man, all these neighborhoods like kids, they can't afford these professional ass fireworks.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not like firecrackers, like like the regular ones. It's
Nah,
like,
they like the Washington D.C. joints.
I'm
Yeah,
just
like
saying
some-
when you live in a hood, like I lived in East Oakland, I live in South Central, I live in East LA. Fools got crazy fire. Like
Yeah,
they got crazy.
When I read that in the
fireworks.
article, I was like, actually, they could kind of get professional fireworks. Like,
And you know who the people who write these
But
fucking
not this
articles?
bitty, though.
The people who write these articles, they're squareberries.
right?
Squareberries.
They're squareberries.
I had a feeling they were squareberries. I didn't want to say it.
I'm not gonna lie.
How do you get all these fireworks? Because these are the motherfuckers
Yo,
that are afraid
I'm
to
not gonna
smuggle
lie.
shit from Mexico.
I'm
I'm,
not-
not.
They can get heroin. Why can't they get fireworks?
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though. Squareberry sounds like a word that a Squareberry would come up with though.
Shut that shit up. Don't try to. You know that shit was good, bro.
I'm still in Squareberries. I'm using that. That's my
Hey.
new song.
Squareberries, yo.
Fucking squareberries.
the
Fuck
next
outta
the
here.
next song for the movement, Squareberry's coming out. The next movement song, Squareberry.
Squareberries.
Oh man. Yo,
Awesome.
Curtis, I want to talk to because we were talking before we had you on about you were saying like you live right next to the Wendy's that the killing of Rayshard Brooks went down. Is that true? Like you live right next to that Wendy's?
Yeah, man, it was crazy, bro. Like, I had my like he's like one of my best friends and his girlfriend. They come over, a lot to hang out, and there's like a liquor store that I go to right across the street from that Wendy's, and so I had told him like I was like, yeah, on the way, I'll cash up you a few bucks. Can you grab me a case of beer? So he's like, yeah, for sure, I got you. So I text him because he's like taking like he took like 45 minutes. I was like, I'm texting him like, dude, like, are you like, because he's like the type of person that'll like text you like, oh, I'm around the corner, but he just left the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just like, bro, like I can just go to the liquor store if you're gonna take this long.
Right.
He just texts me. He's like, yeah, bro, I've been sitting in this Wendy's drive-through, wondering why the fuck I couldn't get my food. Like, what's taking so long? And he was like, there's just some dude sleep in his car in the drive-thru.
Oh shit,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so we didn't think too much of it. Like, he said he like tried to wake the guy up and all that, and then he was just like, you know, like we didn't think too much of it. It was just like, you know, drunk dude. We don't know what's going on. And so then later on, I seen this shit happening on the news because me and my girl driving, like leaving, and I see like 30 cops, and she's just like, "You want to stop at the liquor store?" I'm like, yeah, probably not right now. I was like, yeah, it looks kind of crazy, and I don't live in like the worst neighborhood, but I don't live in the best neighborhood either.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's probably just some shit going down. Let's keep going. And so then I see GA followers posted like currently going on. Guy gets shot, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Now they're burning the Wendy's down, and I was just freaked out. I was like, man, I hope it's not the fucking dude that my homie was talking about.
Right.
When we looked it up, and it was the exact same dude, like the exact same dude that my homie was talking about. Like described the car, everything. I was like, bro, fucking nuts.
That's nuts.
And for it to happen that close, like I was just like, bro, like it was. I like didn't come home the whole night. I ended up staying at his house because I was like, yeah,
And that Wendy's.
And it was that night or the night after that it got burnt down and people were like going on the streets and protesting and stuff, or what?
Yeah. Somebody just got shot there yesterday or something crazy.
Wow. What?
Like, yeah, it was like I don't think it was like a cop shooting or something. It was just like because it's been like even right now like it's like crazy out there. Like almost every night they like block the street off, like, and it's just like you got so many different like so much like tension. I feel like. So the people out there, they end up getting into fights. It's just crazy, like, and it's like it goes on like all day, every day, like this. I think they like blocked the highway to my house off like twice. They closed the highway down one of these days. It's like, yeah, it's too much going on. Some dude got shot. Then when the cops got there, the cop was a white cop. So they almost jumped the cop. They ran him off, like, ran him out. Yeah, they were like, fuck you. They were like, fuck you. You killing us. They're like, he's like, what did the guy look like? They're like, he looked like you, blah, 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 blah.
Do you feel like right now, cats are like the least nervous about like, you know, like this, just the most pissed at cops when you see a cop, you're just like, fuck this fool, like passing by, just throw him a middle finger, you know.
Yeah.
And you feel like you got the people support almost, like if some shit goes down, like they're around you, or what? How do you feel?
Yeah,
like,
definitely. And then right now, in Atlanta, APD, I think I don't know if it's still like this, but 50% of the cops walked out, aren't working, and then all the surrounding areas, those police departments said they're not answering any calls unless a police down. Like I got into it wasn't like a crazy accident, but I hit a dude's car. Like it was just like a little like fender bender type thing, whatever. And he called the cops, and the cops were like, yeah, we don't care. We're not, fuck that.
That's
like,
wild.
They were like, yeah, we're not showing up. Like one of my buddies got into a fight the other day. They like at the bar, they tried to call the cops. The cops were like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. Handle it yourself. Fuck
That's
y'all.
wild. Yeah, I heard the ATL. I heard someone called in sick, like the whole squad.
Yeah. It was called the fucking, I don't know, blue flu or some shit.
What do you think about like?
So you think people taking advantage right now?
What's the reason? What's the reasoning behind that? Like,
because all these people are saying they want to defund the cops and shit, so the cops are kind of like, it's like fucked up to me, because just like, bro, like all this shit is going on, and your response is to like distance yourself more away from the people, and it just shows you what side you're on instead of like fighting for like the fact that like you're like someone that you working with is killing like an innocent black person.
But here's the thing about it, all those dudes, they're just like the cops, they're all regular fools who don't even think about like trying to communicate with the people or nothing. These are just regular fools. Some of them fuck ups, just like just trying to get a job. You know what I'm saying? These aren't like woke motherfuckers that are just trying to like, you know, create relationships with the community and shit, and that's just the truth about it, you know.
And
it's
a lot
like,
of them probably feel justified. They feel like I'm doing what I'm doing for the community already, and the community doesn't like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking. It's like low-key like an abusive father, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I'm whipping your ass for your own good, you know? Like you know, like it's like that. It's like I whipped your ass just to make you better. It's like, nah, you gave me PTSD, fool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But they don't get it because they were just raised
for real.
You know, they're raised in a way of thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's really that is the American problem, like a lack of empathy, and you know what I'm saying, like, but what about me? What about all lives? What about that?
Right.
What you say? Yeah, it's one of those.
Like, what the fuck is that? It's like if I see my homeboy fucking break his ankle, and motherfuckers is like, yo, Kurt, you can call 911. I'm like, but what about my ankle? Like, I'm like, your fucking ankle isn't broke, bitch.
Right.
Fuck your ankle right now.
I don't know if this was last year or this year. I feel like it was last year. Maybe it might have been 2 years ago. But I've had the chance to like travel Europe like since 2006, right? So I've seen full on just white riots.
Right.
I've seen just full white people beating each other up in the streets because of soccer.
You know
what I'm saying?
For sure.
I've seen real carnage. I've seen them knock over a train.
Some gangs in New York shit.
I've seen them knock over, like, imagine somebody, that reaction. My soccer team won, knock over a whole train. I seen real nutty shit, and you know, I've also like, but I haven't, like, basically, I saw something like I learned to like kind of respect like their shit, and also like learn people a little bit by seeing how fucked up white people are when they're in a group too. You know what I'm saying? When the French go off, like the French, they go off. For everything. They go off for taxes raising, police brutality, whatever it is, they go off. And the last video
they got a crazy history of like revolution.
They're the ones that kind of like put like co-sign us as a thing. Like, oh, you fought for your shit. Right. Okay, let's give you this statue. Let's give you these rules. This is how you become a free people. And by us, I mean Americans. You know.
Yeah.
But the French cops, the last thing I seen was the police. Everybody's going crazy, and the French cops did this thing where they not kneel, but they took their fucking helmet off. Like, hey, like I'm not fighting, bro. I'm not fighting against the people because I'm one of the people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And the cops, like here, like they are the people. They think they're the people. I mean, they are the people, and they believe they're the people, but they are actually the government. Right. You know what I'm saying? And imagine being like so pro-government that you're anti-you. Right. You feel me?
Wow.
Like I am willing, like, you know, it's sick.
That's some fucked up shit.
It's sick, bro.
For sure.
That club, I mean, it's terrifying because the cops is one thing, right? And everybody above them in power, it is a tough situation for cops to go against this power too. Because us as people are asking the front line of that government, which is the cops, to do something like better and, you know, like be like, yo, come on, man, like don't be evil. But they're at that, essentially they're going against the greater powers that be in the government to do that, which has been a club, you know, everyone holding each other down. It's not the easiest position to do that.
It's hard to do it when you're a hoe.
When you a bitch ass nigga.
That's all.
When, there's many times for right or wrong. and I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm not a tough guy. You're not a tough guy. You're not like super thugging out here, right?
Pussy.
There's many a times. Or no, even you. I'm just talking about some street shit. I'm talking about some street.
I'm a peaceful dude.
I'm about to pull
I
the
told
street.
him he's not a gun guy.
He's not a gun guy.
Fun guy.
I'm not a gun guy. I'm not a gun guy.
He's
Yeah.
not a good guy. He's a
But-
fun guy.
But like on some people, like somebody getting jumped or this kind of thing happening, and this kind of like when you see injustice,
Yeah.
right?
It's
For
innate.
For the most part, when you're not a hoe,
Yeah.
you're just like,
When you're not,
fuck that. Don't let this dude get
warfare.
stomped out. Fuck that. Don't let this
yeah.
dude. But I believe that there is like heavy indoctrination in American boys and girls to just be like they teach kids, like my daughters especially, they teach kids just snitching is cool, tattletelling, always side with the authority.
Yeah.
They teach kids stranger danger, right? Which is like everybody who is not you, like you can't have a connection with them. You know what I'm saying? Indoctrination from a young ass age. And again, I'm not a fucking tough guy, but I was raised. My first introduction into a fucking actual establishment where there was power from the top down was like a black-owned school, you know. And I grew up in South Central where it's like some cowboy shit, like we do the fair fades and all this shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell the homie what to do. It's some real liberating, free thing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, imagine these cops, or at least, you know, guys who just like, but my boss said.
Right.
And, you know, I can't turn against, you know, we can't even, like, you know, the Dave Chappelle shit where it's just like the Chris Dorner thing. You know what I'm saying? I saw this, I said something, the power does nothing.
Right.
Somebody like that just breaks and feels powerless and feels like he has to kill motherfuckers.
I mean, that shit was
you know?
perfectly displayed with the George Floyd, you know? Like, seeing the human reaction of, yo, this guy's dying. But for them not to go against their authority because, you know, they had to.
But
I mean,
I think they could have stepped in and not gotten in trouble too, because now
Yeah,
I'm sure,
they-
no, 100%.
because those fools, their powers that be are probably fucking furious at them too for that
a little
shit.
tap on the
because
shoulder, like,
they
yo.
caused the whole uproar to hate cops. You know what I'm saying? Like that those cops did.
Yeah, but
you know?
Now,
I-
here's
I-
the cold part though. This is the George Floyd thing is the thing that sent it, that the tipping point. I believe COVID is the thing that's the tipping point.
Oh, yeah.
because it put
Everyone's pissed.
sat everybody down. This whole thing that's just been happening. There's numbers. There's hella names. There's numbers or whatnot.
Right.
There's many times like the powers that be, and I'm not speaking like a conspiracy theorist, but like the people who decide who gets punished and how far they get punished and like the protocol in dealing with people.
Yeah.
They never gave a fuck.
Right.
They don't
Because
give two shits.
they only give a fuck when people turn up. And they only give a fuck when they lose money. You know what I'm saying? And they only give a fuck because they have to give a fuck. And it's not even, I don't even believe it's some race shit. It's just like money, power, respect, what you need in life.
Yeah.
Money, power, spirit, what you need in life.
The question is, like, do they want to fix it or do they just want to maintain it? You know what I'm saying? Because this fix is going to require a reset, bro. It's going to be
Well, that's what they're trying to do with the defund the police. That's that
Or
they're
do you
trying to reset the infrastructure on policing. But
I was
That's
watching
the
this.
only way to work. That's the only way it should get better. It's like we got to do a whole start over. This shit is so broken.
100%. Yeah,
it's not gonna be
It's like,
easy at
it's
all.
no fixing
you know?
it. It's
Yeah.
just like, bro, we just got to start like a whole clean slate or whatever the fuck people say. Is that what people say?
But the one thing I was gonna say, what you said about having that fair fight, what you're saying about
fair fades.
shooting a fair fade, like that's the problem with a lot of these cops is like guns are just not even the last resort to them, you know, like they probably don't come from that, you know, they're just like they get handed a gun and that's all you really need. They just have to go through the training to get the gun. It's like, oh, that's some shit I gotta do to get the gun, you know what I'm saying? And they get the gun and that's all they're gonna use.
Not to talk shit, bro. So I'm doing this thing called the 6-pack of peaks, the Southern California 6-pack of peaks. I got 5 down. I've already done all 6, but I haven't done 6 consecutively. So my last mountain is Mount San Jacinto, and it's in Palm Springs. I drove all the way to Palm Springs just to be told that I couldn't go up because the lift was broken. So the motherfucker that stopped me was this fat. Damn, I'm not mean to fat shame, but.
Fuck him, daddy.
But he was just like a kind of a slob. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
and he had chili. He literally had chili or like some shit on his shirt.
Was he a Squareberry?
He was he was a cool dude.
He was a roundberry.
Okay.
He was a cool dude because we started talking about, where'd you drive from and whoop. But he don't look like somebody that I want to see with a big pistol on him and a taser. And he's in front of a goddamn mountain, by the way.
Right.
Who the fuck is gonna come? Are we trying to rob the mountain? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's literally like
People have robbed mountains for resources.
yeah.
I heard some loot. Yeah, go ahead.
But no, I'm just wondering, like a person like him, like a gun, like makes a coward feel safe.
Yeah.
You feel me? It
Yeah.
makes
Not fighting.
he ain't fighting nothing. He ain't no phase. His whole life is a Chief Keef song. You think
Right.
we gonna fight? No.
Damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not fucking fighting.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how he looks at it.
And like hella.
Motherfuckers is scared to fight though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers really scared to fight. That shit is wild. Their first resort is like, if I was I would never be a cop, but it's just like, bro, in these situations, it's like, dude, like, I don't police brutality, but it's just like, bro, like, the first thing you do is shoot the person, like, you can't even, like, rough this person up, like, shovel,
Yeah.
like,
That
like
shit-
push them down.
that
Like,
part
I'm not
confu-
saying any of that is cool, but, like, the first thing you do when this dude is running away, you shoot him.
Right.
That that confuses me because it's like
You should be trained better than that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy that they'd rather shoot and accidentally kill somebody than him just getting away.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild to me if you think about that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But humans are crazy. Like we are animals, bro. Something runs from you. That's
Yeah.
prey. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah. Oh, I think
Right.
it's the ego thing. You know what I'm saying? To them, that if they get somebody like they run away from them,
Right.
and they didn't catch them, it's an
Yeah,
ego
yeah.
thing. I think
Oh,
it
yeah,
bruises
yeah,
their
yeah,
ego and
100%.
pride. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
That's
be able
like
to
they
live
take
with
it
that
out.
shit, you know, and that's why they do that kind of shit.
How
I think when
fast can-
adrenaline's up, though, I think it's on some hunting, fighting.
It is adrenaline too.
fight or flight.
I will
sure.
say it's adrenaline, and that's them not being trained enough to remain calm. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
they're
mean-
telling the other person to remain calm, and they can't remain calm.
100%.
Take home! Take home! I'm gonna lose it!
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
telling a girl to chill,
Chill. Yeah.
and you know that person's not chill. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's your whole life. I'm telling a girl that.
nah.
Chill! Please stop! Chill! Stop!
I think that's
Because
why.
no one wants to hear.
I don't know her.
Ain't no one trying to hear. No one wants to hear somebody telling you to
Relax,
chill.
relax,
you know what I'm
relax,
saying? When
relax.
you feel like, and it just looks like you're not chill or relaxed
Right,
about
right.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's why it's very important for policemen to have physical requirements, Jen. I think that's huge. I think if you're overweight, then you're more prone to go for your weapon. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to be
You
a little
shouldn't
bit.
be fucking overweight in a cop, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this
Those
is a,
gang cops that are in South Central,
Yeah.
the ones that are gangsters,
I thought of gangster gospel gangsters, not that.
No,
Okay.
but the gang cops,
Yeah.
those dudes,
Oh yeah.
they got the 1,000-yard stare,
100%.
and they ain't trying to shoot nobody because that already happened, shit like that.
They already yeah.
So they just like they talk to you like, hey, bro. Hey, my dude. Hey, cuz.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna go back to jail, homie? They talk to you. They talk to you like a gangbanger talks.
That's
to you.
crazy that you said that. I was gonna jump into that. It's the unpopular belief or opinion right now is instead of defunding the police, we need to fund them a little more. And the reason why, hold on. I'm not saying this. This is from a Joe Rogan. It's from a Joe Rogan podcast with like a Navy SEAL, Wilco.
Yeah.
Of course,
And-
they're gonna fucking say
Of
that.
course. an ex-soldier.
But listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they're saying. So it takes, how fast can like a normal person become a cop? It's super
18
short.
months or something.
18 months.
12 months or 18 months. 8 months
I
maybe.
think it's 6 months. That was 6 months.
He told me
It's like 12 days, like 30 days. It's like a
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a week,
yeah.
right?
30-day trial.
you get your beginner's kit, and then like they said that physical training they take 2 hours in a year. You know what I'm saying? So they're not equipped to physically handle these situations.
Yeah.
And especially now, looking forward with the cops, the only way that this relationship is going to be fixed, he was saying, was like when our soldiers go into Iraq, when we go to a country where there's bad people in the country, but the country's not bad, So we have to differentiate and distinguish just like what they want to patrol, how they want to patrol it. There needs to be communication. So like the gangster cops, you're saying like yo and talking in that lingo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
And
that's
speaking
not
in that dialogue.
That's not the funding part.
You said going into Afghanistan though. I gotta say this shit.
Putting more. If people put in more money, it's not going to go into the education part.
If soldiers are in your land,
militarization.
they are the bad people.
Right.
So the invading soldiers
100%.
are the. So even the terrorists over there. I use that word. I wish I had a different word for it.
Yeah.
But I will say the young extreme boys turned up mad that there's people on their land and they want to.
You rather say that than terrorists?
I would say turns up, but like so like cops patrolling the inner cities and policing heavy is. It's kind of a form of that anyway. It's like, dude, fucking James Baldwin said this thing that fucking hit me and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since I heard it. This motherfucker said, I used to watch cowboy and Indian movies when I was a kid, and I was always root for the cowboy. And then I got older and I realized that I'm the Indian. And
Damn,
that shit is crazy. So you like that, like just the cops being there, like, and even having more of them there, that is like an oppressive force on people that they're not for. There's nothing that like they can do. Their behavior changing. There's nothing that they could do to make you feel better. The reason to have a guy walking around with a gun on his waist, like human language is about communication. Communication is about what you show.
Yeah.
Talking is not much communication. Talking is expression of ideas.
For sure.
Communication is me having like a red shirt on. It means I'm single looking for a chick or something.
Yeah.
Having
That's what
people,
it means.
or whatever it is.
I got you.
But having somebody walk around
Yeah.
with the gun on their hip means, hey, chill
I'm
out.
ready. Yeah.
Chill out.
For sure.
So you know what I'm saying?
He was talking about the difference of a Humvee with a 50 caliber machine gun driving through the hood, driving through the place.
Yeah.
And comparing that to that same Humvee parking the car, getting out, and talking to the people. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it's still a bulletproof vehicle, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it's still
right.
like. It's still
No.
like,
I'm saying like literally getting out. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much what we're saying is.
Yeah, but why does that
it's
require need more funding?
It's a softer way. If you still don't got the 50 cal, but you know in there they got some things, and then they got this thing on their hip.
100%.
They're not coming, dude.
It's not fair.
They're not coming over with diapers. They're not coming over with, dude. Crime is directly connected to money, economy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With any group of people. Family issues is directly the highest thing. The thing that splits up families is, you know, and I was a part of this. You know, I was married. Is finance, bro. Yeah. What makes you think that giving more dudes with guns? That's like saying
more money.
You know what we got to do for the Crips? We got to give them more guns.
Yeah. It's not paying the officers more money.
That's how we'll kill this gang problem. It's right. Like maybe that kid needs more funds and resources in different family situations. The cop shit, it's a
they're saying
100%. I'm not saying
police.
They're saying
defund.
Yeah.
They're saying defund the militarization of the police and put it into education. Essentially the same thing what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But education of the police.
Yeah, exactly.
Education of the police. I'm just
I believe
saying,
they should teach them all that MMA shit.
100%. They need to be grappling. They need to also, you know, be able to talk. There has to be psychological training as well.
They need a public speaking course. That's what they fucking need. They need a TED Talk
so
class.
Right now,
why did we get physical ed?
How's your TED Talk? How's that?
Speaking of TED Talks, make sure you check out my TED Talk on YouTube right now. But I feel that.
Yeah.
I think it's not
I guess it's a terminology
But you're
difference.
saying the funding, it's like, it's not about more funding. Because the funding is already there. It's funneling into the wrong areas.
100%. It's not paying the cops more. I'm saying that they need to be trained. There needs to be improvement in the training. You know what I'm saying? It's too quick. You can't be someone with a gun and a badge in 18 months, man. I think that's crazy to me.
Do you think people are gonna want to when they defund the police and figure out what this new policing system is gonna be? Right?
Dude, people are gonna
want to take this role?
No one's trying to recruit. No one's trying to recruit
officer.
right now.
Yeah,
it's all-time low.
This
morale.
new version of a police officer, right? What we're trying to do with policing. Like,
dude, you've traveled, bro. You've traveled, right? You've been in Asia.
Yeah.
I love the cops in Japan. They're chill as fuck. They are chill.
You heard it here first. James likes the police.
Out of 12.
Hey,
how do you say 12 in Japanese? He loves them.
Juni.
Oh shit!
There we go.
But
you heard it here first.
It's crazy walking out fucking faded, smoking a cigarette. You with your homies, whoopty whoop, and you walk up to the cop like, "Hey, bro, where the fuck is the Hilton?" and they're just like, or then somebody translates it, and they're just like, "Oh man, just go here." Yeah. I'm not walking my drunk, not in K-Town, not anywhere. I'm not walking my drunk ass up, smoking a cigarette to a cop and maybe leaning on him and being like, "Hey, I'm lost."
Right.
I think in like Asia and Korea too, like the cops, like you could kind of disrespect them. It's like
you could give them a noogie. You could just give them a noogie and shit. Like you ain't getting me a ticket, are you?
But the thing is, and they don't have guns like that in Korea. Just in general,
sticks,
they got airsoft joints.
But the thing is.
Wait, they have what type of guns do they have?
They don't have guns.
Nobody has guns in Korea.
There's no guns in Korea. If you have a gun in Korea, like that's rare.
That's why
you're like the new prime minister.
Yeah,
there's a new president.
I'm gonna take over.
Yo, Korean gangster movies are lit because everybody got bats and fucking sushi knives. It's just wild. For sure. But
I'd almost rather get shot than shanked with a sushi
knife. Yeah. No, but what I gotta say though is that I don't know if that shit could work because Korea is mostly Koreans. You know what I'm saying? And that the issue here in America is
there's racial tension. Yeah, there's a race issue. That's a good point.
I don't know how we could bring that structure. I mean, a form
different.
Of it.
The problem isn't the police there. The reason that things are that way there is not the police being like super nicer. It's just that
the Koreans humanize the other Korean. You know what I'm saying?
Then that's the thing.
That's a good point. Actually, that's a huge good point. Yeah.
Like so, when you have these outsiders non-humanizing, there's this difference. We're talking about dating before, bro, and we're talking about how your dad doesn't want your Filipino stepson.
First of all, I don't want to shit on my dad. He didn't say that exactly.
He don't want you bringing.
No, he loves my Filipino in-laws and her husband.
I want to see you bring home just the whitest girl ever. And that'd be cute, man.
Oh shit!
That wasn't what he was saying.
Your dad's like Korean pussy #1. But 맛있어 먹어봐네.
Shut the fuck up.
But there is a divide, like with people, like you know what I'm saying, like you can't, and I grew up off of like the most hippiest lovey-dovey music, like all the Marvin Gaye, Bob Marley's, and this and that, like. We're supposed to be all one, and we're supposed to like feel that way, and supposed to like think that way. And there is one race. Obviously, there's different cultures and whatever. But I got homies like this too that are black, and if they're around somebody of another culture or another race, in their head there's like a story that plays that who they are. I'm like, oh shit, I'm around hella Mexicans right now. Like, I'm around hella. You were the only Asian in Leimert. You know what I'm saying? Because the hella Asians are like they at that
shout out to our Filipino homie.
Lyra. But Filipino, they be floating, bro. They do.
That's a good point.
They do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Filipino, like they need to really be some kind of leadership voice, honestly, because Filipinos might bring everybody together. Honestly,
they brought the Black Eyed Peas together, bro.
They brought the world together with the Black Eyed Peas, bro.
Where's the love?
Yeah,
we were talking about that yesterday. Joy Coy like selling out huge stadiums because it's like all Asians could relate to his Asian jokes. You know what I'm saying? He's like right there in the middle. He's a floater. I got you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for repeating the same thing.
Ooh, took his job. But I think that's the issue is that like the biggest issue is a compassion issue and in a humanity issue, and not seeing somebody like
your son, your father, your family.
That part, you know what I'm saying? And even with the cops, like again, and I don't know who started it, but when I see a cop, and when I've always saw a cop, I never saw somebody that I could relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except for the in Ladera Heights, the sheriffs in Ladera Heights. Those specific dudes. You know, like they're like a part of the neighborhood. You know, they look like that. But
so you just like cops?
You heard it here first, guys. Japanese cops, Ladera Heights sheriffs. He loves them all.
It's just those are sheriffs. Those are people that are servicing rich black or upper middle class black people.
Yeah.
They gotta act right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have to be like, because it's nothing. my cousin is like a Crip over Hill 60s, right?
Yeah.
But his grandma, when he comes home from jail, his grandma is like, this homeowner and, person that has always done well, a person, like a figure in the community. The cops can't treat my cousin from 60s like a South Central boy from 60s. Like the LAPD can treat somebody that doesn't own property, that doesn't matter. Isn't connected to anything.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I don't fucking like cops. Fuck up, like. Listen, bro.
I saw this video, sad as shit. It was like this small little boy playing basketball. He saw the cop car running.
That
And
shit
He went head behind the car.
he's hiding behind the minivan. Yo,
that shit was
that's
deep,
heart wrenching,
bro. That was deep.
that right there.
That looked like a PSA or some shit. That looked deep, bro. Like this.
That was some wild shit.
Yeah,
And he just goes back to playing ball after.
that's what I'm
like,
saying. It's just like for him to feel that fear. It's just like that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
that young of an age.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly. He was trembling like behind that minivan, just froze.
I don't think
there, you know
he's
what I'm saying?
trembling. It was just more like, yo,
It was almost casually like he knew the protocol.
You just know,
like,
yeah.
I would say
yeah,
though,
that's just like normal to him. Like, say
Exactly.
cop, hi, bro. Okay, continue
Yeah.
my day now.
Yeah.
I realized I do that too. Like,
yeah, growing up in LA though, like just in general,
I'm like that.
I'm not
Yeah.
a black dude getting pulled over or whatever. But if a cop's close by to my whip, like I feel tense as fuck. Like I don't want to get, I don't have necessarily
start fucking
nothing.
up.
And
when
there's no reason a cop talks to you that's ever positive.
Never.
That's
It's
true.
It's never like, hey, bro,
Yo,
like.
what's up? How you doing?
Hey bro, like, hey, you should wear a sweater today. Like,
Yeah,
like,
right.
What the fuck?
ain't never, or just like whatever. I've never. There's no reason. You know?
I don't know if I want that suggestion. I'd be like, fuck you, man. I don't need a fucking sweater.
I've tried to,
And then it's
I've
cold,
tried
you're
to
like-
I tried to like greet a cop and like he got like super rude to me and I was like, yeah, well, fuck you. That's why we don't.
Wow.
Like, literally, I was like in a restaurant and he was like behind me. I think like a Starbucks or something. He's like behind me. I just turn around and if I see anybody, like if we make eye contact and I see something, I'm not just gonna look at it. Like, yo, what's up? Or give him a nod. And so I'm just like, yo, what? And he just like stares at
the
me.
glare.
And like, luckily
Wow.
I was like, luckily I stopped talking because I was just like, I stopped and I looked at him like, I was like, do you hear me? I was like,
That's
hello, I'm saying hi. And I was just like, you know what, fuck this dude, because I'll end up going to jail for no reason, just for saying hi to a cop.
The relationship, the relationship is just not good.
What do you
know
think?
what I'm saying? I mean, like it's just what I think. What?
But how's your relationship with a worker at CVS though?
What do you mean?
Like, I shouldn't have to have no fucking relationship with some goddamn like a random I can't I shouldn't have to be thinking about a cop. They're like they're like a mailbox.
Right.
They're like a human bird. Like, we should not have an emotional reaction.
Not emotional, but it's like they are interacting with the community a lot. But like CVS, you just got to deal with them inside the CVS,
And they don't have a gun. You
Yeah,
know
but that's
saying?
what I'm saying. You shouldn't have an emotional reaction, even if this.
It's not about emotions.
You
If I'm at CVS and like I interacted with a dude, like that's still an interaction. So I might just like, why he's yo, what's up? How you doing? I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, bro. How about you? You know, I'm not about to sit there and be like, yeah, well, this happened, tell them my whole life story.
And they're working for the customers, right? The CVS workers are working for the customers, and shouldn't the cops be in the same situation where they're serving the community in a way?
They should be. And imagine if a CVS worker could turn up on you for just looking funny.
Damn.
You know, my analogies are on point today.
Yeah, you're killing it, man.
I gotta say that, but
All right, wait,
that's
hold
just
on.
police shit. Bro.
I gotta keep pushing. Yo, Curtis, I want to thank you for
Yeah.
calling in, bro. You're
you,
welcome
bro.
anytime on the show to chime
good,
in on
bro.
shit.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yo, follow Curtis Williams on Instagram or whatever. What's the at? What is it?
That boy Curtis.
That-
THATBOYCURTIS.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Yo, thanks, bro. Talk to you
you.
soon.
Peace, bro.
You're
All right. So came to the conclusion that No Can loves the cops. No, I'm kidding.
Who's no can?
All City Jimmy. I'm sorry, All City Jimmy.
And I don't like cops, though, bro. Like,
I know
why
you
keep
don't.
on
I'm
saying
kidding.
that
I'm
shit?
kidding. The Japanese cops, which is a whole
And
different
they act
breed.
like mailboxes, bro. They just kick it, and you go up to them for some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And-
No, I feel that.
you know,
I feel
so-
that. Okay. Let's take some calls from the chat right now. So please, we're gonna put up the Discord. We want to hear for some people all around. Let's see what your insight is. We kind of, I guess this episode was cop related, or like defund with dumb.
Defund with dumb.
Defund with dumb, guys. That's the name of the episode. We found the name of the episode.
Punny,
today.
you're ready to be a dad.
Am I?
You're a dad.
I'm not gonna
You're
lie.
making dad jokes.
I've been
all
thinking about it a lot.
He's been
Thinking about it a lot.
You just gotta stop pulling out. You'll be good. You
Shit.
just gotta leave it in.
Who says that was the problem? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No,
I love it.
are you ready to be a dad?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, man.
I am not ready to be a dad.
I mean, the thing is, I'm ready. I acknowledge that I don't think anyone is truly ready to have a kid. You know what I mean? But
no, some are more ready than
I
others.
want yeah. But definitely. I'm like mentally, I want one. You know?
Okay.
But realistically, I don't think it's gonna happen for a while.
You got tossed in a situation where you had a kid where you were young, you weren't financially ready for sure.
No.
Yeah, like, well, what did that feel like at that very first stage where you're like struggling as an artist?
Yeah.
And you now you got a kid in the world. Like, was that frightening?
I never been one to like let money rule me. You know what I'm saying?
In survival? Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm the like, you know, it's like I'm whatever I have to do to get a goal accomplished, I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, so
Turn on the AC.
I think I didn't, you know, there's the young boy stressing like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be missing out on so many things.
True.
But dude, once you see a child being born, it makes you look at the world and everybody different,
right?
And your purpose for living different. So,
do you judge any of your friends like after you had a kid and you kind of notice you have this new lens, right? And you see your friends being on some fuckboy shit. Like, does that does that change a little bit, like the way you judge them or view them?
No, because I thought it was appropriate. But my friends judge me because I became a fuckboy after I got divorced. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then there was like, you know, I didn't have 20 through 25.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have 20 through 30, you know, because people are having kids way late in the game these days. So, you know, I was doing some dumb things 30 through 35.
Hey, as a father,
yeah.
can you rank us like who you think would be the best father?
I think you always, I mean, there's,
because we had this conversation. Who you like rank best?
This is protective, loving pops, like, and then a lot of like, you know, wisdom. I could see that, you know,
and headbutting
and headbutting and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like, there's no, you hella wise but hella funny. You know, creative. Like, you know, your kid's gonna be straight. And then this is. My dad works too much, but he always has the Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
He got the switch.
he got the switch and all that. But no, I'm just joking. But no, you guys are great people, and I don't think we would be able to. I wouldn't be able to hang out with you guys if you guys didn't have, you know, especially you know, it's about like being a dad is like being a friend plus the provider.
True.
Protector thing, but even as a friend, you're a protector. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, relationships are relationships. You know, you put the same thing in relationships. I believe that you in one relationship that you put in the other, but I think some are more intense and not intense, but more need more focus and attention on them. You know what I'm saying? But who you are as a friend to your homies.
From what I've
know?
seen in just like, you know, other people's relationships with their dads and just everything, right? I just feel like the key ingredient is just time.
Time, yeah.
Just it. That's it. Like you could be broke, but you're spending so much time.
You see, I know like you guys
Yeah.
have judged, you know, about
You don't know that.
no, and in a sense, like I feel like especially Rek, he judges me in a way like I'm not gonna be a good dad because I won't have time or something. I feel like I'm better at time management than anybody here, to be honest. Like, I'm just being straightforward. Like, I do.
Whoa.
I'm just being real. Bro, I'm being real.
Whoa.
No, think about it.
Chronos.
I'm saying not like you. I'm saying you have 3 kids. You have 3 kids and you take care of them too.
Yeah.
But I have, I don't have any kids, but I still
You have
take
sons.
care of like
Yeah,
6-7 people.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Financially, all that stuff.
But this is what I was gonna say. Sorry to cut you off. The thing, so in my from 20 to 30 or 19 to 30, it was a lot about being a provider. I kind of had a break, bro. Like when I got divorced, it left that other business and all that shit. I had a break, like a mental breakdown. But like all my toxic masculinity and all the roles that I thought that I had to fulfill, all that shit drifted away. But what I became was way more emotionally available for my children and way more human. You know what I'm saying? And that, whether they know it or not, that is the thing. Like I wasn't present. I was there and I was spending time.
Right.
19 to 30, but I wasn't like
Present.
how we are like joking, have it like to know my sense of humor, to know my beliefs in spiritual shit, to know when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm tired. Like I wasn't a full human being in front of my children until later. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something, especially for daughters that may end up marrying black men later on, or just men in general, to know that, that men are have like many facets to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Nah, definitely, man. I think I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? My dad was always a pretty strict dude. I feel like I'm gonna be somewhat strict as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be cool, but I do have high expectations for people.
Really?
I do.
For sure. I mean, I think
Because you know why? Because I feel like
He already lectures whenever we're out.
because I
Yeah,
know
he does
no.
that. He
Here's
does
the thing. You know why? Because I feel like I want to be great, right? And I do. I've really learned about this team element of how you become great.
Yeah.
And you need great people around you, 100%.
Right.
So if I don't see greatness around my I push everybody hard because I'm like, bro, we can't be doing this. Like we're all trying to do. I mean, unless I'm mistaken that we don't want to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If I'm
yeah.
mistaken,
Yeah.
then y'all shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like then you shouldn't tell me to shut up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
what's
real
crazy?
shit.
But what's crazy is the person that pushes like that. Who are you to say? Who are you to say what's great and what's not great? Like who are you as a?
I'm reading up on great people. You know what I'm saying? I'm researching great people, and that's what.
But like greatness, like you might have a kid. This is a common story. My kid ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get this. This kid's weird. It's like the stone that the builder refused becomes a cornerstone.
Right.
Times change, and what becomes great is different. You know what I'm saying? And you can't create great out of. There are like they're physical and mathematic and really physical things mostly. You can force greatness that way. You went on some artistic shit. On some all that other shit, on everything that's not physical, you can't force greatness. It's
No,
a lot.
it's not about forcing, but it's about using the resources and the things that you looking at the things that have worked. Why would you ignore that and just be like, no, things could go anywhere. Like anyone could do that with anything. Why would you focus on that when you have actual source material and patterns that have worked for many, many people? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Definitely.
Nah, for sure, man. I never underestimate someone's ability to become a good dad because I've had friends that were just like annoying motherfuckers. People like I talk to them and I'm like, yo, there's no logic. I can't even have a basic argument with you without you getting emotional. And then these guys become fathers, and through this new chapter, like if they decide to improve, level up a little bit, it's a great moment for them, and then they become amazing people, great fathers. You know what I'm saying? So definitely with them, you're right. I think there's preparation, studying, reading on what's great and all that, but there's also the mental prep of empathy, love.
That's true. That's true.
Time management is like good father is not making time on a Friday and Wednesday and saying, yo, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna be punctual.
What if you have that time, but you ain't present and you ain't there? But there's a thing that happens when you become a dad, there's a chemical reaction in your body. There's a lot of shit that happens with us humanly as humans that we don't control.
Right.
It's not equivalent to me. It's the same thing that happens when you take psychedelics for the first time. You know how one day you think like this, and then you drop, and then the next day you're just like, nope, I look at it from this angle. Yeah. Same thing that happens when you're a dad. So you might be like, I'm the best at time management, whoop to whoop. You might be like, fuck time, bro. Let's just swim for 3 months. You know, you might switch it up.
Swim for 3 months.
Swim team. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and to the finances too. Exactly what you're saying. Once the kid comes out, it's just a shift, bro. Like you're not even thinking, how am I gonna make this money? It's like that's the reality now. So you have to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that becomes your new default. So
that part.
Nah, I hear you.
I get it. Yeah, let's take some calls right now. Who do we got, Tony? West Indy, let's take a call.
That's a dope name. West Cindy?
West Cindy.
Yo,
okay.
Yo,
what's up, bro?
Wow, that was a misdirection right there.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm good. How you guys?
Where are you calling from?
You can't see the video?
No, it's just audio.
Oh, no, it's just audio.
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
I'm from London.
London. What's good, man? How you feeling about some of the stuff we talked about here?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, man. I wanted to ask if you guys saw the 846 Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What were your guys' thoughts on it? I'm not sure if you spoke on it earlier.
I think it was just kind of more of a statement than a comedy special, and I just think it also kind of shows you the kind of feelings people have instead of like the inability to almost kind of just make jokes. Really,
exactly.
Especially someone who's a master at making jokes out of any serious situation you're in. It just told you like, God damn, we're in like some crazy real moment right now where even a master of telling jokes just use that time to really let his emotions come out, you know?
100%.
I really enjoyed that special, whatever.
And don't get me wrong, I think he actually probably could have somehow taken a more funnier route with it, honestly. I just feel like he probably felt like that was just not needed right now almost.
But his comedic genius, though, like he even was like, I have some pussy jokes. You know what I mean? He's like, I could go down this route. Like
so, that was almost part of the bit, right? Being part of the bit. I could do this. But...
I mean, I think I felt two things. One was like David Chappelle was like, do you know any C.S. Lewis or like you read C.S. Lewis? He's like one of those authors that tells you what you already know, but puts it in a way it's just like, damn, so refreshing. You know what I mean? So the information that Dave Chappelle gave me, we all heard it, but the way that he packaged it and the gravity of him not making it a funny situation was the message to me, I think. Do you know what I'm saying? Already from the beginning, just it was a park with separated seats. It shows a couple of B-roll clips, and it's just him coming and just groaning. His heart was groaning, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just such a powerful move, man. And like the title 846 too, I didn't even know. That shit was fucking crazy.
I think you pointed out something. You said like he didn't have to tell jokes or something like that. You know, I don't. There's a part of me that doesn't trust anybody that can't shut the fuck up right now. You feel me? So
does that include Dave Chappelle, or
that includes anybody who decides to produce commercial material to go to that furthers their brand and attach it to the movement, to a thing.
Right. You know? But does that include movement music or how people express themselves? I'm just
no,
curious.
people can express themselves. Like us. As I said, I'm skeptical of it, and I'm worried a little bit. So Frederick Nietzsche said, you know, it's hypocritical not to use the word I, to leave yourself out. I fuck with what Nietzsche thinks a little too, a lot actually. But you know, the I, the 840, tying the 846 to my birthday, to tie to the Chris Dorner thing, to where I was at, to do this where I that shit, you know, that shit was it was kind of it set off my like fuckboy alarm.
Yo, I'm not gonna front. Okay, I'm gonna let you continue, but I'm not gonna lie. That part actually the same shit for me. When I was like, this is kind of irrelevant. Like, I just felt like it was kind of irrelevant with like him tying it into that part, I did feel like it just became like, what does that have to? That part threw me off. I agree with you on that a little bit.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. I mean, I respect it though. I respect it for sure. But I think sometimes things like that, like recognizing like the universe kind of connecting and making sense in like weird ways, that's something I'm tuned into. So when I did see that, I was like, that probably was the moment where he was like just chilling, and then if he fucking like, yo, it's connected to me. And then but just sharing that personal.
As a black man, but here's the thing, his history is flawless. I just said it's set off my radar.
Right. That was the skepticism popping up. I know what you mean, because I understand that's what he was trying to say, and it's like, as a comedian, you have to find those moments that like when things click, right? And that was his thing. But when you watch it as a viewer, you're like, is that even true? Like, that skepticism part, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just pops up. But I know what you mean. That did come up, and that made my ears like.
That's interesting. I didn't feel that at all, because the way I felt it was the timing was perfect. Because Don Lemon was calling out celebrities saying, "Yo, why aren't you guys talking? Why aren't any of you guys saying anything?" And the underlying message that I got before the history lesson of the injustice, it was, don't misunderstand my silence. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, I like the fact that he clapped back in a way where he's just like, all right, you want me to say something? I don't need to say anything. The streets are saying it, and also when
you say I don't need to say anything, the streets are saying that you're saying something.
Right. But in a response to someone,
it's a tricky situation.
But in a response to someone saying, why aren't you saying anything? Do you know what I mean? I think he's cognizant of the fact that people are gonna be like, yo, it's not about you, And I don't know. I think that's the beauty of it too. It's interpretive like that.
I think one thing that he said was that was important. Actually, was about people caring too much about what celebrities think. I think that needed to be addressed. But he's been on that
since the Where's Job?
Yeah.
During the 9/11 shit, right?
Exactly. That's true. But I'm glad he kind of brought that part back. Because it almost like all people are attacking all these celebs and shit. We have even homies being attacked and shit. Like, I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up. This is not productive to the movement at all, dude. Like, and I'm glad he kind of said it on a bigger platform again.
Right.
Just to refresh everybody. Like, remember, it's still not important. Like,
but the contradicting thing is that it's celebrity saying it's like a stripper's like, don't look at my tits. Don't look at, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's
I can't even.
He's the best. I'm telling you, bro.
Jesus.
But like
far out.
You know what I'm loving right now more than anything. The first time I went to we grew up in this hip hop shit. You grew up in hip hop shit. You grew up in the hip hop shit. The graffiti. We grew up around graffiti. A lot of graffiti artists. A lot of painters. There is graffiti where somebody like, your name would be Dumb, my name would be like, Jim R1, and your name would be Rekstizzy, you know what I'm saying, Yox Rick, whatever,
right? And
we going up, we throwing our names up all around the city, and it's for fame,
right? We
catch a heaven, we do whatever. First time I went to my homie Subtitle took me as a hype man to Europe in 2006, 2005, fresh out of South. I've never been anywhere but NorCal and SoCal, and then I went there. And I noticed all the graffiti was political.
Wow.
All of it. It wasn't like,
Self-glory.
And you from London, or you from the UK, right? You on the phone still?
Okay.
With Cindy. Okay. But
yo.
Oh, he's still here. Okay.
Yeah. But now you drive down the 10 freeway, you drive everywhere. Obviously the graffiti's lit still. It's still beautiful. Yeah. But people are like, Eric Garcetti is overfunded. Right. So it's like these are dudes who can run out, and you can tell that it's a real graffiti writer from like the way it's flared.
Because the throw is nice, right?
It's nice. But it's not Eric Garcetti's overfunded at so and so. It's just expression. It's up. You know what I'm saying?
Blind glory messages. That's just fire, man.
And I feel like that's what like memes are in the tweets and the and the everything, just blah blah blah, just sending out information. But when it's somebody that's like, Eric Garcetti needs to be defunded, sign so and so, it it corrupts the message a little bit. The I part, you know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
The I part just scares me a little bit.
And it's crazy how subconsciously we bring it back sometimes, even if we're not trying to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You know, one thing I will say,
you gotta be both though.
part of
No,
this
for sure.
movement that I've been very impressed with is that maybe people aren't this group isn't getting acknowledged enough is like the graphic designers. Have you noticed there's been fire ass packets of information
You
on
would
Instagram?
love you.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying because there's been all this information, like you know, the
shit's hard.
slides on Insta. I'm not saying it's hard, but I'm saying
I
there's
know what you
tons of it, like every
Yeah,
day.
No, I
yeah.
meant like this shit's horde.
HORDD.
Every day there's a new like, oh, this is why that or whatever, and it's
yeah.
like really easy to get through.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
I
Hey, shout
no,
out
I
to
for
you
really
sure.
guys,
feel like
graphic designers.
there's been a lot of that.
And to take that to the next level, it's just not only graphic designers, people that are passionate in what they do, them like spreading the message with what they do. You know
like
what I'm saying?
K-pop stands.
Yo, that's crazy.
They're like,
Hey, K-pop motherfuckers are going off right now.
They are going
they
off.
raised $2 million, right?
They're fucking
That's
going
crazy.
off. Like,
They must have seen my sign. They're like, oh
you
yeah.
did you see a sign
No,
at
it
a
said-
protest? It said
Bigger than
it's bigger than
K-pop.
K-pop.
That's hard.
That's hard. I knew you'd appreciate that.
That's
right
hard.
there. Yo, West Sydney, thanks for calling in. Let's take another call, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, earlier we mentioned Ja Rule record. We gotta talk about the Ja Rule thing with the Papa Crystals. You
Oh,
seen that shit? The Papa Crystals slap.
Did I tell you
yo.
I kind of was part?
Yo.
I had a big like Ja Rule defending moment that went viral actually on that. But we'll talk
It's going in the
about
book.
that later. What do we got?
Oh,
Eric, what's up, bro?
Peace.
yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Back on.
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Chilling. I think we're gonna keep going back and forth with it.
Nah, not like last time. I saw that episode, and I honestly thought you were gonna be stuck in a loop with that.
yeah, I know. I get in the habit of that. Yeah, what's good? Yeah, you? It's back and forth.
What up, though? What you gotta say?
Originally I wanted to come on and talk about like dads and like the cop thing, just because like that was the hot topic of. But then that West Indy guy brought up like a different thing, so I just kind of want to backpack off that.
Yeah.
So like me and my friends, we don't talk about this stuff at all. Like we actively like have like tried our best as a friend group to not talk about this kind of stuff, even though we all agree on what like how we view things.
You guys
But
agree
lately-
not to talk about it?
Yeah, just because it's like this our group chat and our talks is like we're just trying to escape the world because of our lives and everything. But lately we've been bringing this stuff into our like Discord calls, into our group chats, into our conversations, just because it's very important to talk about it, especially now. Like no Can said it's important to talk. Right, I forgot what he said, but I remember. The COVID was the tipping point.
Yeah.
And with everything going on right now, we have to talk about it. Well, the one thing that I said that I felt very strongly about is like the companies right now that are being vocal, even though like we know they're doing it for the money, they know where the money's at, and it's with us, it's with the people. You know, everybody's like saying like, oh, like look at what happened with Nike. When Nike was in support of Colin Kaepernick, everybody that was supporting Nike, that was on the other side of them supporting him, they jumped ship. But then Nike's stock dropped.
Right.
But then, because everybody was with Nike and saying, oh, we support Nike supporting Colin Kaepernick because we support Colin Kaepernick, Nike's stock actually jumped up a significant amount. The people, the companies, the people in power, they know where the power is, and they don't have it. We have it. That's why all these big companies like Gillette, why do you think Gillette made that one commercial that was kind of like cringy or whatever, but it was in support of us, of being inclusive, of being about the people, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely.
Hey,
Nah,
speak
nah.
it. Talk it. Talk
Nah, I
that
got
shit.
you.
Talk
Nah,
that
that's
shit.
true.
The
That's
PR
true.
teams are scrambling right now.
It's
Yeah.
only two types of power. There's three. But people power, money power.
I think people are forgetting that it's not just the cops that are getting defunded or dismantled. They're
Yeah.
dismantling companies right now. Crazy.
weapons.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Media
yeah.
companies,
Oh,
brands are getting defunded and dismantled.
Yeah.
People are calling out, like former employees are calling out whole companies on and the way they were working inside, inner
Right,
workings
right.
Yeah,
of
the
it.
movement is going to gender.
It's going into
things.
gender
Yeah.
inequalities. Like it's going into that's been mixed in heavy.
Everything's
Actually.
changing right now, man. Like I've seen it, and you know what? Like, it boggles me. Like I've been thinking a lot. Like when I came on the show the first time, when you guys were talking about like had the panel for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about what Rick said to me, and it was like, we have to do this for humans. We have to do this for like for all of us, because we all are the same race, the human race, you know.
Yeah.
And it just boggles me, like, how can people be so, like, just so rude and mean and disrespectful to somebody that could be their friend, that's somebody that could be their brother, or to somebody else's brother, or to somebody else's mother. You know, people always bring the analogy like, oh, don't treat. Imagine that girl that you just disrespected was your sister or your mom. How would you feel?
What if she likes it though? But look, I want to zero. Hey, nah, but I want to zero this in. And this is saying this and being the only black person in the room, but I know I'm around motherfuckers that are not so opposed to my way of thinking. That I don't think it is a gender or so much all the other issues. This problem specifically is like the core of it is when the first, well, let's say as an American problem, not as a whole problem. The core of it is when the first person was taken and brought here, and everybody was kind of gaslighted. Christianity changed. Yeah, they lied to people. I know about our humanity. You feel me? I'm saying. Right. They this
for the
is
convenience of the doctrine, right?
Yeah, just for that. So they like ultimately this is like get into the root of a whole, like one problem. I'm not going to do an analogy. I was thinking of an analogy, but get into the root of one problem, and it's, you know, no, I got an analogy. It's the black person in America, spearheaded by the many black males, the black women that are part of this, black trans people, they're all part of this. But you know, there's a lot of black dudes that have been killed by the police and beat by the police. Skid Row, you know it, bro, is full of us, people that look like me. You know, prison, and that goes every which way, but our numbers, you know, spiked there. You know what I'm saying? And it's from like the degradation and devaluing of black minds and black bodies. And the cold part about it is that, you know, the victim of this degradation, they go through their thing. They might lose their mind. They might go to jail. They create a new style, come out, you know, everybody starts sagging or whatever. Right. But the bully, you know what I'm saying? The bully, the person that allows it, and then the audience that watches it, they become monsters. You know what I'm saying? So like fixing this problem is about cleaning. It's about, because black people, we're just going to go on and we're going to just figure out how to survive and how to thrive in an oppressive world. But everybody else who's watching, and also the people who actively support the system, they're being turned into monsters. And that's why the world can look at America as a sick place. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the highest this and you have the highest that. We do this and we do that. We're good over here. And
we knew those stats for a while. We've
been on those stats.
Yeah. Maybe even proud of it. So.
But back on the spiritual level, those numbers are directly connected with like the soul of this motherfucking country, bro. Well, those numbers are directly connected to like, when you go to the Philippines or when you go here, you just feel love. You feel brotherhood. When you go to fucking not the Netherlands, but even the Netherlands, you know, you go there and just like
the Nordic parts.
People are smoking weed in the street. Girls can walk around at night free. We have this thing where like it's not from the initial just fuck shit. Right. It's not safe for nobody.
In
here.
America,
you know what I'm saying?
In America, it actually, you know, and then the problem is global, but in America, they have an actual problem with it. Like racists have a problem when they see a black man walking down the street or whatever. Over there, they're just like quiet about it or whatever. Over here, it's like prejudice, but that's racism. What you see with all these videos of hall monitors on in these city blocks, you know, whether they're Karens or whatever. People actually have a problem with it enough to step in and do something about it. Like
generational innate hate. You know what I mean? That's just crazy.
Yo, Eric, thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate it, man. Dude. Take it.
Innate
peace, Eric. Let's take another caller. Roy.
My boy Roy.
What's up, Roy?
Roy Choi.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Hello.
You don't sound like no Roy.
West Indies doesn't sound like West Indies.
I know.
Yeah, no, my name is not even Roy. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I chose this. Like, I have no idea.
Where are you calling?
Carlito.
Where are you calling from?
England.
England.
Nice.
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah.
UK shit.
Yeah.
I'm not even English, actually.
Oh, what are you?
I know.
I mean, yeah. Ethnicity, I'm West African, but I'm Italian.
Oh, okay.
I grew up and raised in Italy, yeah.
Obviously.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to share with us?
Oh, I don't know. I guess going back on the, like, Father's Day thing, I generally think you all could be good dads. Like,
No, I don't know why I got really defensive
I
earlier, so I
I doubt it. I
apologize.
doubt it about myself.
oh, yeah.
Nah, thank you.
No, yeah, you too.
Do you have any
Okay,
kids?
Thanks.
Whoa,
Yeah. But
what'd
also,
you say like
on
that?
that top. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. How many kids do you have?
Kids. Oh wow. I don't have any kids. I'm still in uni.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not in a rush, and I'm not in any type of rush.
Oh, okay. Yeah, none of us
Yeah.
are either. We
Yeah.
should be in a rush. We're getting old, but it's cool.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I also wanted to say, like, you guys were mentioning about the, like, feeling safe as a black person, like in Europe, for example, like. I think
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You love the cops, by the way. You're I'm kidding.
Don't feel safe nowhere. No.
Yeah, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Like feeling safe, but like I do think that racism here is a little bit more hidden.
Hidden.
So like
yeah.
You don't even know. You could be actually friends with someone that doesn't like you, but like you wouldn't know even.
Has that happened
Like this
to
is
you?
a very specifically like English.
You mean kind of like our
problem,
friendship?
I feel.
I'm kidding. No. I feel, is it more hidden? I mean, hidden racism exists in America too. You know, very passive microaggressions at work.
Yeah.
You know, like little racist comments here and there. Like that shit is the worst. It's kind of because you have these other, whether you're black or Asian, and you just kind of laugh it off, shrug it off.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody does, but there's a lot of people who do, because there's also a power dynamic there where you could maybe get in conflict, get fired, or whatever.
Yeah,
and I think these are things that are getting called out right now in office culture. But
I ain't worked a regular job since the job crisis of 2008. You ain't worked one. I don't have I don't got the temperament to. I can't. No one. I don't.
So you're saying you speak up?
I just think artists.
Yeah.
I think artists, they feel those things. You know, we're sensitive boys, right?
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I'm not saying me. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh it off, because I'm not. You know, I
Yeah.
roast people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you're roast back.
I'm gonna say something back, but I know that this is going on because right now what's going on a lot on Twitter and stuff are former employees coming out about those moments. Like that's what this whole thing is about.
Right.
They've experienced these moments when they're pitching projects and stuff, and you know,
the mistreatment of the people.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
So these companies are getting shitted on right now from former employees and things that they had to deal with. You know. Which I kind of want to get into too. Let's talk about that.
But yeah, are we gonna go to next? I want to ask her.
I want to have her. Yeah.
What with the kind of hidden racism thing, like what are the ways that you discover this in Europe? You know, what is? I don't know if it's just a UK thing or a European thing, but how do you find out? You know, if somebody is very embracing you and cool with you, and they call themselves your friend. In what ways would you find this out?
Do you have any tests, like a racist test? That was a trick. You're racist.
No, but I think most of the time they give themselves away. Like, I don't know, like you have, like I remember like in high school, like there was this girl that used to sit next to me, and she played like music, American music that had like the N-word in it, and then she was singing to it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're in Italy, like there's not that N-word culture, but like you go online, you know these things, you know you shouldn't be saying that. And to me, like to my face, like why would you say it to my face? Stuff like that.
It's like, okay, so obviously most Italian people, when there's no black people around, or anywhere, if no black people around, people tend to use the N-word. But you were there, and you were there right in front of her, and you're saying she used it.
Yeah, no, she was singing along and like kind of like looking
Recitation.
at me, like,
All right.
And looking
it's
at
like
her.
it was weird.
Making eye contact.
Jay
looking at you.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, if she's looking at her every time she's singing, when it
that's
comes to that part, that's racist. No, that part, that's racist.
If she's looking, I think you're putting words in her mouth. I don't think she said that shit, bro.
No. That's not. I'm not saying she said. We're just joking around
Okay.
that
Yeah,
part.
well, like-
We're joking
like,
around
I
that part,
think
but
that
she was it one of those things where she almost didn't even think about it and she said it, or you just felt like she shouldn't have? Obviously, she should have had more sense to not say. You know what I'm saying in general, like, right?
For me, I feel like because it's kind of like not sensational. Like it's a good thing to say the N word, like in songs and stuff like that. So
It's like hi-hats in a beat.
Yeah.
Yo,
like,
there he is.
game.
No candle analogies.
Jimmy.
Hey, see, this is one thing. I love being from LA. I just love this shit. I got white homies that are in black gangs. I got Mexican homies or Asian homies that are in Mexican gangs. Like all this weird racial thing that is just mixed up, right? When you're with your homegirl saying the N-word, right? There's no really right. Like technically, she should be able to say a word, especially if the energy behind the word isn't to degrade you. But the rules, and the rules are all man-made rules.
Right.
In Los Angeles, no, and just in America in general, you can't say the N-word like that, especially around certain people, because they turn up.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know,
you have to deal with the consequences of
Yeah.
the turn up. Yeah.
yeah.
like-
So now we're about to talk about Flacco and SP, because my white homies, they know, and they're one's from NHP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even say that word. They grew up. They should have the past. I don't even say that word before even getting like the knowledge of why they shouldn't say the word. Now, for like people like Flacco and SP, I was dating that girl, and she's like a HBCU. She's from like the South and all that shit.
Yeah.
Rich girl, very educated. Flacco got in the car. We came from after hours. Flacco got in the car. He was like, "Hey, my nigga," da-da-da-da. And then she was like, "I don't like him when he says that." And I'm like, for one, Flacco is from black neighborhood. When he goes to jail,
Yeah. He's a Mexican dude that we grew up
Salvadorian.
with. Salvadorian dude we grew up with.
when he goes to jail, he goes to jail with us. He doesn't go to jail with his own race.
Right.
He doesn't even go. He goes to jail with a specific gang, like where he has to be. And here's the thing: that he doesn't mean it in a negative way. That's one. So you just want to take his right to say his freedom of speech. Secondly, if you want to take it, fight him. If you want it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, your homegirl or your friend, I don't see it as racist. I see you as being somebody that should have just, if you didn't like it that much, get it off your chest right then and there. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I had a talk with her because
No, not a talk. We're not talking about talking.
I can't do that.
We're talking about
Right there, just be
Like,
like, yo,
hey,
you can't be
Scrap.
Hey.
Yeah.
bitch, don't say that shit. Period.
100%.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
if she
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what's crazy?
bitch,
That-
I can say what I want. And then you guys got to handle it, and then it's good because you know somebody that's like, bitch, I can say what I want, like, and they're just like, I didn't even know or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that because I feel like with that reaction, it's like I swear to God, I bet you she won't say it again.
That's
I
it.
bet you she
And you
won't
just
say it
sounded
again.
like an old black lady right now. I bet you she won't say it again.
No, but if you later on have a talk
final
with her,
form.
it doesn't seem as like it
Yeah.
hits you really
Yeah.
as impactful. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah, my whole shit is this with like my Asian brothers saying the N word.
Yeah.
I'm not coming at them on a moral standpoint of like if it's a word. You know what I'm saying? My shit is this. If you're gonna say
Thought
it,
it was a dog. It's Tony.
Oh shit.
my whole shit is this. If you're gonna say it within your inner friend group and hiding it from like public or in front of other black people, then don't fucking
Then
say
you
it.
know it's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
But then when I see
Selective
stupid
crowds.
young, I see like
But
motherfuckers.
he's a Cambodian Crip though.
That's what I'm saying.
So when he goes to jail, guess what? He's got to fight white boys, and he's got to fight.
Exactly.
He chooses a side.
You
know?
I'm like, yo, you know what? That stuff, I like whatever. Let it ride. I have no nothing to say about that.
Right.
Yeah,
Let me ask
know?
you this.
I don't use it in my life because I don't do.
Let me ask you this: is the dynamic gonna change? Even the people who like grew up around whether there's gangs and there's like a black community, like the Cambodian Crip. You said he's from Long Beach. He's really about that life. He's in there. You know what I'm saying? He has mad black friends, Cambodian friends, and they're dropping the N-word. You know, like. Does the dynamic change with even the movement going on right now with their black friends and how they're gonna take the N-word from them? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think like
I don't think that is gonna change?
I don't think the streets answer to none of this climate.
You don't think so?
I don't think the streets answer to any. The streets move how they move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. So you don't think it's affecting? But is that? What do you mean by that? Is it like this kind of wokeness you're saying?
I think woke. I think the woke people are the people that are afraid to bust a grape in a fruit fight, and they're able to say
Jay-Z lyric right there.
Jay-Z lyric, but they're able. They have balls and they have guts and they have nuts.
Yeah.
Now because there's a lot of people that are like, don't say this, don't say this. You know, just like old girl said to me instead of saying to Flacco that day. Hey, you think it's right for him to say that? Where if I was with a girl from the neighborhood and she felt that way, get the fuck out my car.
100%.
It would have turned up.
100%.
So the people who they feel free expressing themselves and don't feel like they have to put up with microaggressions or even microaggress.
Yeah.
They don't play by these rules. And honestly, this thing that's a revolution or whatever it is, I don't think it'll be powerful enough to change anything unless these people are included.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing that's been bugging me because when I'm on Twitter or whatever, all I see is, the quote unquote just woke Twitter, right?
Woke bitch.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's like the problem is Jesus Christ. Nah, the problem is
best analogy today.
But it's
You
even
went Squareberry to woke bitch.
God damn, yeah. He's like, I gotta redeem myself from saying Squareberry, so woke bitch it is. All right, no. No, but what I'm saying is, it's like that part, right? You have like say even woke Asian, but you also got the Asian.
You already was beefing with woke Asians before, but come on.
No, but I'm saying you have the Asian community like a Stupid Young who probably are around even more black people than woke Asian Twitter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Who really grows up in the environment of seeing really disprivileged people like in that community, as opposed to like a woke Asian dude who went to college and took African American studies and all of a sudden became an ally.
Yeah.
Not like grew up when he was 5-6 years old in the hood, like what I'm saying. So I feel like there is a community of different ethnic groups that are like leaving out people and calling them anti-black.
They're
calling that community anti-black. Because they.
But who's to decide if they're anti-black though?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I'm saying like that's why their words don't mean anything, because if you call somebody like Stupid Young anti-black, right? And I don't know Stupid Young's actual history. I don't know who he is, but if you call somebody like Flacco, I'll speak for him. If you call him anti-black, we can just pull out just the records. If you could just listen to him, his whole life story.
Right.
It counters. If you were to weigh him and that woke bitch that was in the car, that's why I broke up with her ass, but not totally why. But if you can weigh their blackness, if blackness is a thing that you can weigh, his might outweigh hers. You know what I'm saying? And this chick, I'm gonna say, like, I used to be, at her house. She moved in Lamert. I'm from Lamert. I used to be running around there with African medallions on my neck at 6 years old.
Yeah.
And she would look out the window and say stuff about gentrification and gentrifiers and like say things about white people walking through they're walking their dog and this and this and that. And I'm like, you a gentrifier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
you.
Those woke people don't know their actual place in the actual place on the planet, their actual direction that they're pointing, their coordinates. Like, who am I? Oh, I'm somebody that has learned a lot, and I'm moving with the stream of culture right now.
Right.
But the person that's like literally been in the trenches, you can't say nothing to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, Anyway, I'm just
No, yeah. I mean, this is something that I've just been seeing a lot, where it's like it's like very counterproductive to the movement. You're like leaving out, secluding a huge group of people that are very in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? They're in the front line as much as like you on front lines of activism on Twitter.
No, they're more in the front line because they're a political creature. If you're a Crip, bro, you're a part of the numbers, the statistics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're blood, like you're part of the statistics. Like anyway, this is the thing with whiteness, right? The most, and SP told me this on the phone because I was in Palm Springs driving around, didn't know what I was gonna do, so I started talking to SP, and he was like, whiteness means that you get to say whatever the fuck you want and people listen. That's the ultimate. He's like, that's the ultimate white privilege. I don't know if he's right. I don't think he's right, but that's one of the things, right?
Yeah.
And I think siding with whiteness and sounding white and using like language that even white people can understand and like talking to white people when you're making media, when you're aiming toward that, like those people who would side with white people and kind of clown you guys, like and then going the collegiate route and then looking down on the people who didn't. It's very Euro, bro.
Wow.
It's very Eurocentric. And what it, dude, the Eurocentric mind state is the Eurocentric thing to do is to tell these people that they're not living right. That's you're not using the right hand to eat. You're using the wrong tools. You're sitting the wrong way. You're being the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got White Man's Burden. I got half child, half devil tattooed on the side of my head. Rudyard Kipling wrote that, but I flipped it. It was half devil, half child. I just flipped it, and I thought that was the most beautiful quote in the world because he wrote that about. He said like all white people should go and they should go colonize the world.
They're obligated to fix the world.
Fix the world, and he said, because one of the things is like because they're half child, half devil, and I was like, that's so beautiful. It was like it was a diss, but it was so beautiful to me because it was like, what is a child? A child is creativity, potential, the future. And then the devil, like the white man's devil tells you that you can go fuck with the whole world and take everything. Your devil's my God. You know what I'm saying? So like anybody who's like over policing like other people's behavior, and it's like, I am black and I think that these people are doing this wrong, and I'm telling them how to be, it's even like the black dudes that are fucking like saying racist shit to like, to Asian people and all this shit. Like that's, I want to believe that shit ain't like learned from like a black way of being. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's learned that way. You know what I'm saying? And I assert that is some fucking colonizers white shit to tell somebody you don't know enough.
Well, hold on, Roy. Thanks for calling.
I went crazy, bro. Sorry, Roy.
We went definitely way deeper.
I was just listening, like.
Awesome. Yo, thanks for calling in. No, appreciate it.
Yeah, next time you hear the hi-hat, slap her.
I will just say that, like on Twitter too, a lot of loudest voices are people that like aren't like regular people, like out there, like.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all, I was talking about this last night. I was on IG Live, and it's just, I love this because people always turn this into a difficult conversation. Like, we always label it a difficult conversation. And I think it is a difficult conversation considering, like, the climate we live in.
Yeah.
Where any little missteps in what you say will get grilled or will take it out into, like, a 15-minute clip out of context and flipped into other thing. So we probably should edit this. No,
but that's why.
I like what you said. I like what you said.
But that's why the person like Flocka or the person like the unapologetic person, that's why they're the hero, because I said what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
You gonna fight me?
Right.
That's where it ends. Like, and that person's not afraid of like the internet.
That's kind of true. That's kind of true. Those are the people who aren't editing or even thinking like, is this fucked up to say? Which kind of is a bold thing, right? But 100%. I mean, we do live in a society where we do need to edit things, and
if I don't have,
in general, like we should. If you're a grown ass adult, like you got to watch your words. We realize words are powerful things. You do have to do somewhat of an edit. And some of those guys are driven by pure fire and emotion, and I get that. But also like those cats also need to learn how to edit shit too. That's power. There's power in those things. You know what what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
yeah, man.
so
Yeah. No, I like what you said about how we're trying to make it into a more complicated conversation, right? The best analogy I come up with is like an apartment complex with like 15 different families, multicultural. But let's say there was a cafeteria and we all ate together, right?
Yeah.
Already within that one apartment complex, it's so divided already.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The truth is, what's normal to me
Yeah.
might be disgusting to that person.
Yeah.
You know, even in morality issues, like what I think is okay, it's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, some people, like for instance, like South American countries, right?
Yeah.
The racism of they don't have microaggression. They're just flat out racist.
Racist, yeah.
It's embedded in their humor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when this comes, it's like the fact is even within one apartment complex, if there's such divide at that dinner table, it's like it's not that complicated of a situation. What it is we're all different people, and we're trying to now figure out, okay, how do we meet in the middle? Do you know what I'm saying?
And shouts out to Chef Roy Choi.
Shout out to Chef Roy.
You know,
Choi,
there's
dude.
just the Kogi tacos. It's artists. It's people that think like that.
Right.
Okay,
Dude,
cool.
very true.
You know what I'm
very
saying?
true.
That's I love that food analogy.
Yeah.
Me on our analogy shit.
I got you.
Analogy battle.
Just like
Nah, he won.
how do you bring those things together? Those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Common denominator shit.
I done danced with a Latin girl to reggaeton when that shit came out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I get it. I get fucking dance hall. It's really about appreciating the other side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't eat that, but if I put this with that, mix that, this is something we can both eat, and it really pop like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think
I
one
like
thing
that.
is even like with
Except I hate
black
fusion
and
shit.
Asian.
You hate fusion, but whack fusion.
Whack fusion.
Whack this bad fusions.
Yeah.
No, I
Put
think
sriracha on top of that shit.
with black and Asian community, I actually think anime is one thing that has helped black people understand Asian kids more and maybe create a little bit of solidarity there. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, there's more
I'll
appreciation
agree.
for each other's cultures in that for that specifically.
I think
There's
that
hip hop, obviously.
I think that's always existed though, because I say the joke like my dad loves Speed Racer, and then like black kids that love like the Chinese
Kung Fu shit.
flicks
Right?
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The racial thing that happened is with black and Asians is it's a class thing that ended up happening. You know what I'm saying? It's about these people own this. These people get to do this, and these are and almost like beefing over like a position to be like the second. I mean, that's what the whole race thing is like. Who can be? Well, one, it should be who can be free and be autonomous, right? But there's a
that is a problem, and I think a lot the systemic part is hard to explain to this to an older generation of immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
Is it?
You think so?
I think it's
See, we
tough
both was like
because I'm it's not. It needs to happen. I don't think it has been done.
Yeah. No,
You know
what you're saying is
now
you're
it's
not
happening.
even saying.
you just gotta
let's not
find an
try.
analogy.
No.
Yeah.
No. A lot of there's source material now. Like if you go to Black Lives Matter site, there's like translations of the systemic part of things. You know, but that explanation was not going on in fucking like 92 riots and shit. Like it
wasn't. But then in you guys' own history as Koreans, like you can be like, hey, bro, like look at the Japanese immigrants thing here in Japan. And
no. That's what we're doing right now.
Explain it to them
we're
like that.
hella doing that right now.
Yeah.
There's also a group of Asians that don't do that too. They're just like, no, we got to do what exactly what happened in
you say
'92. Grab the guns,
Grab
run
the
the
guns.
roof. You know, like.
But which is the hardest thing? That's the thing. Is like. That's the most American thing. That's the most.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it's
that's the
getting
thing. Is like,
co-opted.
we ain't gonna talk no more.
We were talking
Yeah.
about this. That got co-opted by white nationalists who are like, yeah, go on the roof and aim pointed at black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I think. But that's hard to explain to these young Asian kids too.
What?
That
the white nationalists are
that's
being co-opted.
That's being co-opted. It's like they don't get that. They
Yeah.
just think it's hard as fuck to be protecting your people's businesses.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they don't. You got to look at it from a wider lens. You got to back up and look at how you're gonna really solve this problem.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Well, first off, you have to stop caring about what white people think, and you have to stop like white nationalists co-opting. It's like no, we don't need your help. We don't want this. This is us.
Don't
This
co-sign it either.
We don't need like. That's the first thing you can do is separate yourself from that dirty.
Right.
Like even within the black community, this is like really like this is the things that I think that I can't really say publicly, but once I get started, I can't stop. But
We've already said that.
Preface right there.
I'm already
I shouldn't say this, but
I already know in the current environment we're in, there's already shit that
it's already going.
What this?
I don't know. I don't want to edit it just because I'm lazy.
No, we're not gonna edit it,
dude. Fuck that. Be fearless. It's dope.
Most like black leaders was just like, hey, bro, the white moderate, the liberal, the whoop whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like using like these groups of people as pawns just to get votes anyway.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, hey, your struggle, like I'm gonna add it to the Marxist struggle.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm gonna add it to this. Like, no, bro. Like this Korean thing, shit ain't got nothing to do with your fucking NASCAR having, and this black shit ain't got nothing to do with your Karl Marx bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock that shit off.
Right.
Like this shit has to do with fucking, it has to do with oppression.
Yeah.
And it has to do with, some sick shit. So
a little
you know
bit.
what I'm saying?
Yo, we had a lovely chat, man, today. Lovely and aggressive. And I
why is it aggressive? Because I'm black? I even said that shit aggressive.
We had
was it aggressive?
Shout out to our guest, All City Jimmy, who just came straight from Afropunk. We have shout out to Rick Lee over here, who came straight from an EDM festival, and we have shout out to Rekstizzy, who came from, I don't know, Comic-Con or some shit. And of course,
no, you got to get his joke better. Hit Tony.
Okay. Who came a furry convention? Okay, no, that's not good enough. Fuck.
I would say he's got kind of zookeeper vibes.
For sure. Right?
Yeah,
Carol Baskin's headquarters.
Hey,
oh shit.
Hey, bird watcher, frog watcher.
That's what it is.
Hey.
That's what it is.
And then Tony K over here, who came from
Corona testing.
Corona testing. All right.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Raid. Let's do a few more.
Aquafina with them crazy subs dropped on
what
us.
the fuck is this sub? What does that mean?
We'll explain later. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a ride. We went into race, we went into gender roles, love. And you dropped a lot of bars on us. You went from woke bitch to whack bitch.
Bitch. That's my new. I love saying that.
Just when all the women were falling in love with you, you hit them with the whack bitch at the end.
Because I'm trying to sift through and have them, find the right one.
It's
you
a
feel me?
process, yeah.
Yo, tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb.
Can we plug some shit?
Go ahead. Plug it in. Go.
You want to plug
Pause.
anything?
Good.
No plug?
Go ahead.
No plug?
I ain't got shit. I ain't doing nothing.
All right. Yo, I stream on Twitch as well, Rekstizzy, and my new music video, Young Adult Fictions. I also got merch. Thank you. I love you, every one of y'all.
Year the Ox. We just dropped a new song with Nafla. It's called Lifted. You could stream it anywhere. And then on YouTube, if we get 50K subs, we're gonna drop the video.
Hey,
so please run it up.
Subscribe right now. 50K. What's the YouTube URL?
Year the Ox.
YouTube.com/Year of the Ox. And then All City Jimmy, what you got coming up, bro?
We're about to get lunch by a rat from my girlfriend's pet snake. I don't know, bro.
Plug your
Instagram.
Instagram and shit.
And also, like, all the cats who aren't familiar, this dude is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Was a big mentor. This guy was a mentor.
I don't need your
This guy was a mentor, and he actually helped with some songs on the past couple projects as well. We
all
Might
the
Die.
woke songs.
All the woke, all the whack ones too. But plug your music, bro. Go ahead. I really want. They should check your music out, bro.
They really should.
Yeah.
Well, so I used to go by No Can Do. I wrote a song.
It's on Spotify under No Can Do. All your past albums, or
no?
what?
I erased all that shit.
You erased it.
It's Scorched Earth, yeah.
Oh wow.
But so, All City Jimmy.
Okay.
That's just I'm releasing music.
All City Jimmy. Okay.
That. And I might be releasing some shit throughout the summer. Shit that I've done, shit that I've worked on for other people, and but I don't really want to promote it here. I came because I saw you had a podcast and you're talking about fucking riots and race and shit.
With no black hair, so you were,
and I want to make sure you got like
the melanin equality,
like one of your problematic opinionated homies, like somebody not like
you wanted to spice things up.
No, I just wanted to make sure that you I wonder
thought
you had the conversation that we would have after at a bar.
Did you see our episode that we talked about?
I just saw a little bit of a clip, and it was soft, bro. It was soft.
Okay, so you wanted us to go into it.
Yeah,
it was vanilla.
Okay.
It was
kind of vanilla.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing for me is because I feel like there's a lot of tension that's been being shared, more videos and like hate crime stuff. Like I wanted to kind of explore more of the solidarity part between the two communities. That's why I shared that clip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of sites that are more on the world story side of shit,
all the super sensationalist.
Yeah.
But I felt like the benefit that you especially have, and I have, is that we come from a world where blacks and Koreans, like they had it out in 1992.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we get to the point where, like, you know, we've gotten so far past just like fuck you for I don't know you. Like, nah, fuck Korean homies. Like, hey, I don't really fuck with people from Brims, but I got homies from 60s. You understand? Like, it's gotten more complicated than racism.
Which gang am I from?
You're a rapper. You're from Project Blow.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But I'm saying, like, we have, like, you know, the narrative as Angelinos that we can proudly say, is that we don't have the national narrative that we get to focus on. We're 20 years, 30 years in the future past the national narrative,
right?
To the point where they just killed a Mexican boy in Gardena.
Yep.
You know
Security
what I'm saying?
guard, right?
And
Jeez.
They're killing schizophrenic people. You know, they killed a white schizophrenic. Like, you know, my ex worked at a hospital. She worked at White Memorial. The cops killed somebody and covered it up, and it was most likely a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? In Boyle Heights. So we have the ability to be like, you know, we're from the future, and we have the ability to bring that perspective in.
No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to be here.
No, that was great.
About,
that was great. I feel like you did push the conversation to a more like, let's be bold about this. You know what I'm saying?
Woke bitch.
For sure.
Thanks for tuning in to our new podcast. We'll be calling it Woke Bitch from now on. And
I will not be on.
He'll be exiting the circle. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb. James, you're welcome here anytime, bro.
Peace. Much love.
I'm not coming back.